tough out there. No doubt this one is going to come down again. The 288, they just been at it all the way. Whoa, trouble!
Are we live?
Will you be reading chat? No, Austin, we will not be reading chat.
Yeah, I don't even know. Oh, wait.
That's part of the. Isn't that part of the application if you're illiterate or not?
There we are.
This is going to be seamless.
Mm-hmm. This should be perfect. It should be the best podcast ever, as far as I'm concerned.
Are we live?
Will you be reading
That's
chat?
awesome.
No, Austin, we will not be
Nobody
reading
can
chat.
I can hear me. I just turned it up a little bit.
That's part of the.
Yeah,
isn't that part
I
of
got
the
it on the
application
TV. I can
if
hear
you're
it.
illiterate or not?
Yeah. None at all. What's going on,
Not a
Matthew?
chance.
What's up, Austin? Matthew. We got Robert. Let's see.
Matthew, there's an echo. There's an echo. It's probably your TV.
They can hear.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, welcome everybody.
Should be Yeah, let's make sure the echo's gone.
I mean, the
I hear
echo might
one
be.
voice. I hear one voice once and then again in a bit.
Are you sure you don't need to seek professional medical help, Robert?
He said it's the
Have
same.
you always heard voices in your head, or is that the stream? Can you get a double check on that?
Is there still an echo?
Okay, so I just pulled the got it up on my phone, took my headset off and checked it. Everything sounds good to me. Heard me and Jordan talking, so we sound good.
The echo did?
Yeah. Okay, well we're good. We got that. We got it out of the way. Audio's fixed. Let's go. Let's start. Let's do this. We're doing it. What's up, guys? What are we doing? What are we doing here? This is me. Nope, other way.
The wrong way.
Wrong way.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're backwards.
Yep, still the wrong way.
I'm Cody. We got you.
So why are we here? Why are we here? What are we doing? Yeah. Yes, we do.
I have the best one.
I have a
don't move it.
Jeff Gordon sign. It's hard to navigate your finger in Everyone wants to know about Brad DeRouche Racing, it looks like.
Yeah, I see that.
Brad Slaughter, what do you think about that?
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking. Cody actually mentioned that today, and when he said that, it kind of clicked in my head. I was like, yeah, that actually makes a lot more sense. Okay, well then.
Yeah, you did.
All right. Okay, I didn't hear. I just heard Cody said it today, and I was like, all right, yeah, that actually sounds a lot better than what I was thinking. So yeah.
I don't think that. Okay. I don't think Brad going to JRM's a very high possibility. I mean, look at JRM. He has so many drivers in Xfinity. Why would Brad be his first choice? Or I don't think Brad would take a chance on going to JRM in their first year in the Cup Series.
I think if they're gonna do it with anybody, I think Brad's probably the best.
Yeah.
Do you think Brad's
If
gonna
not,
go
who
there though?
would be their driver?
I just got word. I just got word that I was muted that whole time.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Hello, everyone.
I don't know if you're muted. I mean, maybe you might have been.
I was muted on stream, but I wasn't muted in here. No technical difficulties at all, okay?
Oh, no.
No technical difficulties. Now we got to do the intro over, okay? This is Brad Slaughter.
Hi. How's it
This
going,
is
guys?
the mic. This is Cody. Okay?
I'm Cody.
This is Jordan. This is Mike. And I'm Trevor. Anyway. Can you guys hear me now? Now I'm gonna
He
wait
can hear-
20
he says
seconds.
he says he
I
can hear all of us. We
of
have
you.
in chats. The sound is all good. We got everybody. Everybody can hear
That
everybody.
is great. That is great. If you guys
that work?
see any technical difficulties, post it in the chat so we can tell. Okay.
But one guy's saying the Discord link
The
doesn't work.
Discord link doesn't work. We will fix that immediately. Okay.
Immediately.
Immediately.
Get what's his name? Get him on it. The guy.
The guy? Hold
Yeah.
on.
Don't you have a guy, don't you?
Yeah, the guy.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Hey, Johnny!
That's him.
Get the chat working.
It's the Discord link, not
The
chat
Discord
work.
link. Sorry.
All right. There you go.
We have a guy?
Yo, his name's Johnny.
Yeah. We keep him on retainer. It's very expensive. Please donate. He's not cheap.
All right, look, I'm posting the Discord link in the chat, the YouTube chat. Okay.
I tried that as well.
I'm
Also,
pinning the message too.
I was joking about the donate thing. Please don't donate. But one thing you can do is also free. Is you could like the stream. That would be awesome. If you could like the video, it's free. You could do that right now. It takes 2 seconds. That'd be
Smash
awesome.
like,
Smash it. Click it. Click it.
and then subscribe
Click it.
button, and then you can hit the notification bell too. So for the next
is-
time we go live,
That is also true. Most, more than likely, if they're here, they have notifications on. But yes, if you don't have if you haven't done that, click the bell. And yeah, we're gonna be here. We agree that we're gonna be here every Tuesday at 8. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look at this!
We'll work
Look
on
at
that.
this merch. Oh man,
at that.
Look at
That's
this merch
nice.
that
Dude,
is
I need
mirrored.
some of that merch.
It is mirrored on the stream, but it is not mirrored in real life. Okay. Look at that.
Looks good. Looks good either way.
Austin says, "Be like that one Spy Kids movie, The Guy." Did you
the
guys?
thumb guy.
I don't know, The Guy. You remember The Guy? Did you guys watch Spy Kids
I
never,
did, but it's been
when it came
A
out
good
in theaters?
15
20 years
I,
ago.
years.
I never watched
Yeah.
Spy Kids.
20 years
No.
ago when it came out.
been just a minute.
So
So let's get back on that Brad K thing. So I guess keeping him in the Ford family. I guess Ford probably wants to keep him in family, and Brad's already been a team owner once, so that makes sense. Why? What do y'all think about that?
I mean, I
I
don't know.
guess-
Brad Keselowski, they shut down in what, 2017, BKR and the trucks?
I don't even remember what year it was, but yeah, sometime around then.
I
Also
know
was-
Roush is doing better. I mean, the 17's running good. The 6 ain't really running that good, but I still think it'd be a little bit of career suicide unless Roush really picked it up.
Do you think Keselowski goes to Roush and that the 6 car runs better than it does with Newman?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
obviously, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Chris Buescher. I think he's having a breakout year as far as
I was
his
like,
career is
Buescher
kind of
was
concerned.
top 5, definitely top 10. At,
Yeah, he
a
was
couple points
fast
in the
this
race
past
this weekend.
weekend.
Yeah,
And he's fast.
I
at
mean, he was
Homestead.
good at Homestead. I think he was good at Atlanta for a little while too. I mean, he's been all right this year. I said have a couple top 10s. So I think
I
if you
guess
put
also-
Brad in that car,
Well, also I
Yep.
just thought about this too. You're not putting Brad in that car because they're not going to have that car next year. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
the vibe
Yeah.
I'm feeling
It-
with the Brad thing is the same vibe I felt with Tony Stewart leaving Joe Gibbs. I felt like his career was over, and he was gonna rot away, and it was gonna be over. But he came out, he won a lot of races and won a championship, and I feel like Brad has the potential to do the same thing because he is hands down one of the best, race car drivers in NASCAR. He
And,
can
I'd
do
be
things a lot of people
I think
can't
it would be
do.
more similar to like Kurt Busch going to the 78 Furniture Row, or Martin Truex going to Furniture Row. Kind of the same thing too.
Somebody just asked, "Do you think Kurt Busch will retire?" Austin asked that. I think that Kurt Busch. We're gonna get back to the Brad thing, but I think Kurt Busch doesn't want to retire. I think he wants to race forever. I think he wants to race as long as Kevin Harvick, but I don't know if anybody's gonna give him that opportunity.
I
feel
think
like
if he
Kurt-
was gonna retire, he would have said by now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I feel
seats
like
are running out.
he would do
like-
good in the next gen car. I feel like he's been in a lot of the. I don't know. He might not have only been at one test, but I feel like he's been pretty vocal about the car, and I feel like he would want to drive it. I feel like he's been one of the ones that seems like he's been an advocate for it.
I think he gives it at least one more year, but if next year he struggles, then I could see him retiring. But I don't think he's going to end it on this year, especially in this car, which most
No,
of the
'cause
drivers don't like.
He's like
I think he wants
18
another chance.
right now, so he's.
There
Kurt
should
Busch.
be a lot of new teams opening up next year too. Like if we get again like JRM, Colleague,
And
Yeah.
Trackhouse is running really good. Like,
Track. Well, again, like going next year, like it's gonna be a whole different game next year. Like it's not even gonna matter what team you are because you're gonna be buying these cars. You're not gonna be a building. You're not gonna be manufacturing parts and cars and stuff like that. Like you're just gonna be a fabricator. You're not even gonna be a fabricator. You're gonna be just putting stuff together. You're not even gonna really be building the cars in house. You're just gonna buy the parts and put them together and take them to the racetrack. Now you'll have your setups and stuff like that, and your I guess your engines and all that stuff would be where your difference is at. But a lot of what they do in the bodies and all that stuff and the chassis is gonna it's gonna be so equal next year. A lot of these small teams like Spire, I feel like a lot of these just smaller, I guess underfunded or these teams that are trying to trying to make money, just trying to get home and continue to build. I feel like it's really going to help them. So there'll probably be more quality rides in the back
Well,
half of the field.
with that
next year.
being said, then why wouldn't Brad go to Roush Fenway if he doesn't have to worry about them being that far off from Penske?
And that might be what he's doing too. And he also gets a part of the ownership stake in the company. And I'm sure he's probably not getting that if he goes to JRM. So yeah, I mean, that might be part of it too. Like, and that makes me wonder too when they start offering ownership stake. If they maybe just like can't afford him. Like that's what they're.
Sounds desperate.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought the same thing. I thought, wow, okay, they're just kind of because that's what a lot of companies do when you can't afford. You can't afford something. You just start offering stake in the company, and I'm not saying
Wasn't that
Roush
similar
Fenway's
to
not
what
broke.
Richard Petty did last year,
Yeah,
right?
with
Didn't they
Bubba
offer
Wallace.
Bubba Wallace?
Yeah, same deal. Yeah,
There's a lot of desperation going on, which I don't know how that stuff gets leaked. That part of the negotiation, it's kind of embarrassing, honestly.
yeah. Well, they're not admitting to anything. They tried to contact a bunch of people, and nobody's owning up to anything.
On the Brad Roush thing.
Yeah, Brad. They contacted Brad. They've contacted Roush. They've talked to all reps for everybody, and they're not saying a word
that
about
was
anything.
just a Brad negotiation tactic, which I could understand.
Well, he didn't deny it, so it's
Yeah,
probably something that might be in the works then. Who knows?
it's been so long. I just don't feel like. I feel like Roush isn't gonna do something like that. I mean, unless it was for like Mark Martin or something, but he's not gonna do it.
Yeah.
This Matthew asked something else too. He asked this, and I actually had this wrote down in my notes, so I'm glad he asked it. What does Brad leaving Penske? What does that mean for Matty D? Since we already know Matty D's out of the 21 going into next season, what does that mean for him?
I think.
What is it? Does that put him in the 2? Does that put Cindric in the 2 and keep Matty D in the 21?
I think he has to win a race, and if he doesn't, then he's in big trouble. I think he's in big trouble. I think Cindric's winning a lot of races. He's lucking into a lot of races, but he's also earning a lot of victories in the Xfinity Series. But I think Cindric's one of the most talented, drivers out there.
But if Brad does leave, then who do you replace? The 2 car or the 21, depending on where Cindric goes.
The 2 car is going to be a high-profile ride, which is why De Benedetto comes up. But like he said, I don't know. He'll have to win a race, maybe.
Well, you would look at the Xfinity program and think, okay, well, who do they have there that can step up? But it's Cindric's still there.
Yeah,
Cindric
that's all
already
they
won.
got.
He's still there. So
I think Cindric's definitely, I don't know. He's getting the call, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know about Matty D. I hope he gets the ride he deserves, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think Matty D. I think everyone likes Matty D. and they want him to win a race, but the reality is, he's had tons of chances. I mean,
He really has had a lot.
he
of
just hasn't
chances.
really gotten the job done.
There's
starting
this
to be a little bit too
thing.
nice, I
Yeah,
think.
they play it up like, oh man, he's just so unlucky. But he's let races slip out of his hands that he shouldn't have. I know restrictor plates are one thing, but even looking way back at that race at Bristol with Denny Hamlin in the closing laps, he could have been more aggressive. I know that's easy for me to say right here in my chair, but I just want to see from him that he wants it bad. I just want to see him wreck somebody for the win. Just do it. Just show me that you.
Yeah, and
want
just
it that
quit
bad.
being so nice in the interview. I mean, you ain't got to be mean, but he's just. I don't know, you know what I'm trying to say. He's just not baby's interview, but he needs to get with it. I'm not explaining that good at all. Jordan.
I mean, I still don't think he's in the best equipment. I still don't,
No.
because I mean, even looking at the way that he ran this past
That
weekend,
was
like I think
trash. I don't know what
they were
happened.
terrible
was
this
real,
past
real bad.
weekend. Yeah,
What was he
John
on seven
Wood was.
cylinders? Like I literally thought he was on
I
seven
don't
cylinders.
know. Oh yeah,
But I don't.
no,
I didn't
John
hear
Wood
anything
was
about
not.
it.
Yeah, John Wood was on Twitter talking about it. He was not happy about their performance
That
this
was
weekend. So
completely embarrassing.
yeah, I agree. I mean, again, like that's why I say like I still don't think those cars. I mean, I know they have like a super strong Penske affiliation now, but I still think there's something missing from those guys. They still need to. They have another level to go up.
Yeah.
Is the 10 car open next season? Like I was just asking if
mean-
Matty D to the 10 car.
I'm pretty
'Cause I
sure
don't think- I
I'm
don't
pretty sure
think
Smithfield's
Almirola's-
already. I'm pretty sure Smithfield's already re-signed.
I think
for
Smithfield
next
is
year.
Smithfield fully just a backer of Amarola.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I was
think
reading something on it today because I was looking at that if
So
he was
you-
going to be there next year or not. They just signed a contract extension in the
So
offseason.
that might just be like a Paul Menard situation where as long as his
Mike Lynette.
as long as his sponsor wants to be there, he's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Tony Stewart seems to be happy with those deals. I mean, look at the Danica Patrick situation too, where she had,
Kevin Conway.
Yeah.
yeah.
I miss that guy. Let's see what
Did,
else.
did we
Let's see
talk
what
about
else.
RPM to Toyota? Did we touch on that?
I've not touched on that. Is that something that's happening?
RPM.
Yeah,
Well,
Matthew
any
in the
news
chat
on
asked
RPM
that.
to Toyota next season?
Oh,
is what
okay. All
Matthew
right.
asked.
Okay. So yeah, I guess I did hear something about that a couple months ago, but I don't know. I feel like Toyota. I mean, I know Toyota's definitely wanting to expand their teams, just because I think the restrictor plate stuff is killing them, and the data sharing and stuff too coming up with this next gen car. I think they really want to expand to more teams, and that just for like the super speedway stuff would be huge, just to have more cars to work with. I know they're always outnumbered every time we go to a plate track. So I know they want to expand. I don't know if RPM is where they want to do it, but I know 2311 needs to.
Yeah.
They need to go ahead and just run a 4-car stable or something. That would be.
I
that'd be
think I
pretty
don't
nice.
think it'll be too long before they expand and rapidly. I mean,
Who
look
would
at,
be
you
the
got Harrison
second driver over
Burton.
there, though?
Harrison
Yeah.
Burton, I think, is the most eligible
Yeah, I
guy to
didn't
be moved
think-
up and put in that car. And I think that'd be really good for Bubba Wallace at the same time to see really what that car can do.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Cody?
No, I was asking who would be the second driver if 2311 expanded next year, and he was
Yeah, I
saying
mean, you
he thinks
go Harrison. I mean,
there's a bunch of
Harrison seems like he might stay Gibbs. I don't know. I feel like he's got the backing and all that stuff. But the one I don't really understand and I don't know what to do with is Brandon Jones. Like he just keeps. I don't want to say he lucks into these wins, but like he's always there, and I feel like something normally kind of happens, and he just kind of pounces at the end and makes something happen and gets these wins. He gets like 2 to 3 wins a year the last couple of years. But I don't know what you do with him. Like I don't know. You can't put him in a cup ride. Like he's still too sporadic for me to put
Yeah.
into a cup ride. It
Oh.
kind of almost a Noah deal. Like he's just a little too wild for cup right now, and I don't know. You just keep him there with Menards.
I don't know.
I don't think
I
he's
mean-
cup ready either. I mean, he seems to make a lot of mistakes and put himself in bad positions
Yeah, I
too,
don't
where
think
he's
he
getting
can
wrecked a
run.
lot.
or Cup
I
ready,
think
but I
Austin-
feel like you can go ahead.
I was just gonna say Austin brought up a good point. I think John Hunter Nemechek's pretty eligible to move up into the Cup Series too with
Yeah, he
2311.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I didn't even think about that.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
he's
Yeah,
absolutely.
I totally forgot about
He's
him.
absolutely in the Toyota ladder now. If he doesn't win the truck championship this year, it'll be a just disaster.
A
I mean,
fluke.
yeah, I mean it's that. I mean he's the first guy that we've seen in those trucks to actually outrun Kyle.
So,
Yeah.
so hold that thought just for 1 second. Anybody watching, the Discord is posted in the chat. It's pinned. I guess let me know if that's working. Anyway, you can go there, join the Discord, go in the podcast waiting room. We have one person waiting. They're going to be able to jump in here with us and get their opinions heard and talk, for a few minutes. And I just think that's a really cool thing to do every week.
Yeah, I thought that was a good idea. I thought that sounds awesome.
That's what the Discord situation's all about. So if you guys want to do that, you can jump in here. We're closing out on 30 people in the Discord, but nobody's really waiting to come in here. So if you want to, go for it.
Yeah, and we're gonna do like a little segment. We're gonna keep just touching on some hot topic stuff, and then we'll do a little segment. We'll start pulling people up here and hearing what y'all have to say.
What's up, Saints NASCAR fan? We got a lot of people in the chat.
Is this
Yeah.
Cody's burner account?
Yeah.
Is this Cody's
What's
burner?
up, Saints NASCAR fan?
Yeah, there's
I'm sorry
there's
about
quite a
Drew
few
Brees.
people in the chat here. You know, what's up? We got Robert Williams, we got Austin Higgins.
I think someone asked if we're done with that last topic. Someone wanted to know about Bowman.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Bowman here in just a second. We got
We need to talk about
Matthew
all four.
Matthew Lumsden. Am I pronouncing that? Lumsden. Who else we got in here? Jeffrey Wilson, Richard S. RBZW. He's in the
Tank
Discord.
Slapper.
Yeah.
I see Conrad Sampson's here.
Am I missing anybody? Okay,
Uh-huh.
you're gonna have Matthew Dercole.
Matthew D's in the chat.
Matthew D.
Shut up.
Matty D. Matty D is in the chat.
Matty D is in chat.
Matty D,
Shout out.
any insight on where you're going next year?
Jacob Skates. Yeah, Matty D. We were just talking about you, bro.
Okay, Matthew just asked. This is a pretty good one. Matthew Lumsden
good
just
segue.
asked, is Hendrick Motorsports back? Because that was also one of the things I wanted to talk about. Of course, all 4 Hendrick cars finishing 1, 2, 3, 4 this weekend.
Yeah, I guess
So
we could
it's-
just lead
I mean,
right into Bowman since a few people asked about Bowman.
Yeah, I think Hendrick.
It is Lumsden,
they're
by the way.
back.
It is Lumsden, Matthew Lumsden.
It is Lumsden. Sweet. Yeah, I think Hendrick's back. I think I really hate it for Jimmy Johnson. I wish he would have stuck it out for one more year now, because I wish he would have got to drive one of these race cars. But that's all right.
I mean,
Yeah,
Chase Elliott did win a championship in one of those cars last year.
That's true.
too,
Yeah,
by the
Jimmy
way.
didn't have very good luck in his career, I don't think. So, you know.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I'm not going to feel bad for Jimmy Johnson, no matter how you put it. I
don't feel bad. I mean, no, I obviously don't feel. I mean, he's obviously
Don't say it.
arguably the most,
Don't say it. Don't say it.
arguably one of the most successful drivers in NASCAR history.
You really tippy-toed around. Arguably one of the most successful drivers in NASCAR.
I'm staying
I
away
guess
from
I'll
that
take
right now. Well, that's for another video.
Yeah.
You have a Jimmy.
I thi-
We have a Jimmy Johnson video, don't we?
No, we don't. We have a video about the greatest ever that vaguely brushes around me trying to
Using
get my point across that Jeff Gordon's the best ever.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Hendrick is back. I still think Gibbs is better. I think Penske and Stuart Haas has taken a step back in the last year. So I think Hendrick's easily the second best team in NASCAR right now, but I still think Gibbs is the top dog.
I
To answer
think
that
it's
guy's
Hendrick.
question.
I think it's Hendrick, but I think Martin Truex is the second one. I don't know. I think he's up a different level than the other Gibbs cars.
I mean,
Yeah,
Denny
it's a-
Hamlin does
yeah.
have like a two race lead in the points right now, by the way.
But he hasn't
yeah.
closed the deal out.
I mean, he's only consistently run top 10 like every race. That's
So is
all.
William Byron, but he's got to win.
Yeah. Tank Slapper says go to
That
the
is
playoffs,
true.
maybe. That's true.
Yeah,
go to the playoffs.
Williams on a crazy top 10. I think Williams on
Yeah, he's
like
on 11 straight
probably 11 straight top 10s or something like that.
to
That's
start
pretty
the
crazy.
season off. The record's either 12 or 13 by Jeff.
I know I
Yeah.
said to you guys a couple weeks ago that, or maybe it was last week, that Williams might sleeper Final Four pick, but I don't think he's much of a sleeper anymore. I think he's
Yeah,
kind of
no,
turned to
he's
be
a
one of the top dogs.
The only thing that's a sleeper about William Byron is his interviews. Some big
That's
big
true.
sleepers. Pretty much,
I think
pretty
if all
much
the-
everybody at Hendrick's a big sleeper on the interview front.
Yeah,
in
I
my
was just
opinion.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say. I mean, they're all the Hendrick cars are also sleepers for the championship because I mean, if they're running like they are,
Could you imagine
I will
1,
say
2,
it-
3, 4 championship
dude,
4 with Hendrick Motorsport?
that-
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
that would be.
I bet people would be a lot.
Rick Hendrick would be.
I'm about to say Rick Hendrick would. I don't know if he'd make it through the end of that race.
Yeah, I don't think he would. They'd show him walking a bunch.
I don't know. The
All
way
four.
Chase is running this year, I don't think he's even going to make it to the round of 8.
Yeah,
Well, I think
if Fox was covering it, there would be a Rick Hendrick cam. We'd be following Rick around
That
it would help
half the
Cam
broadcast.
Cam.
Yeah, it would help if Chase
Or
didn't have
we'd
to
get to
start
stare
last
at-
every week.
We get
Yeah,
45
that
shots
too.
of the race fan sitting in the stands this weekend. That was awesome.
What about Alex Bowman? Has 2 wins and nobody else at Hendrick does.
I think he kind of walked into both of those, if you ask me.
Richmond, he got a lucky caution and he had the setup on the short run, but he beat Denny Hamlin. Because Denny Hamlin is the most clutch driver in NASCAR history. So taking him down
Never
was
loses.
really tough. And
You know, ironically enough, you say that, but Denny Hamlin did take away a couple wins from Matty D. So
He did, yeah. I mean,
say what you want.
Yeah, you gotta remember.
Big clutch against Matty D. You know,
Yeah,
Matty
I was
D
about to
is
say, you gotta remember-
also.
You gotta
Yeah.
realize what you just said
Big-
against Matty D.
Big clutch
Yeah.
versus big clutch.
I don't know. I think Bowman walked into both of those wins. I think he's been fast.
I mean, yeah, there was
consistently,
yellows,
but
but he
I
he
still
did
think
the-
he's
he did the thing.
third best in Hendrick right now.
I think the one
I
thing
think-
he's
I think-
got is the veteran. What's the word? Veteranshipness mint. You know.
Did you just make
I
that
did,
word up?
yeah. I think he's like. I feel like he has the most laps under him. You know, like what I mean, like. Before
It's
it was
just
like
crazy
Jeff
to
Gordon,
think-
Jimmy Johnson. Now it's like Alex Bowman is the guy, like the old guy.
Like,
I don't
'cause
even
he
know their
drove a bunch of
ages.
laps
Is he the
in a-
oldest one?
I think he's 26,
That's
27. I'm
it?
probably butchering that. Yeah, I'm probably butchering
Isn't
that.
Larson like 29 or something like that? I think they're
Yeah, I
all
think
pretty
Larson's
similar in
old.
age.
Yeah, they're all pretty young.
I mean, they're going to be pretty dominant
Bowman
for
was
the
like
next 10
33 or
years.
something, dude.
He's been around.
Alex
many
Bowman.
good.
Alex Bowman is 28. Alex Bowman is 28 years
What's
old.
Larson?
Just looked it up.
Larson's 29. I think.
Larson is 28. Chase Elliott is 25. William Byron is 23.
I mean, you're looking at
How old's
how many
Chase?
championships are those going to win in the next 10 years? I
Yeah.
mean, they got their team sorted out for a
Yeah,
while.
thanks
But
for
you also-
veteranshipness.
I mean, you still gotta take this new car into account. I mean, this new car is gonna change everything. We got guys that we think are dominant right now, but they're gonna get in this new car, and it's gonna be. They were talking on DBC today. I was just listening to this, and Chris Rice was on there talking about all the stuff that's gonna be that they can take from the current car, the current Cup car, and put in the new Cup car. They said you can take your seat. They said you can take your steering wheel. You can't even take the pedals because the pedals are going to be different. We're going from top-mounted pedals to floor-mounted pedals, so you can't even take the pedals. So you're really only looking at like taking the fire extinguisher, the steering wheel, and the seat out, and
Oh, helmet.
everything else is gone. That's not part of the car. That's part of the driver. But that's all that you're taking over from this new car. And one thing that he also said that surprised me was he said that the old Cup cars from everybody was talking about what are they going to do with all these Cup cars from this year. There's like what over.
The Arca series.
I mean, Yeah, well, they're going to Xfinity. They said
Oh.
they actually can run these. They run these chassis on Xfinity cars, so they'll just be kind of like hand-me-downs, and they'll get bought by Cup teams and or get bought by Xfinity teams and run in Xfinity. I didn't even realize that they just take the bodies off and put an Xfinity body on it,
Okay.
same chassis and everything.
Interesting.
So I learned that today. Yeah, I learned that today. I
There's
would have
gonna be
never
a
known
lot
that.
of stuff on the Racing Warehouse.
Yeah, yeah, there'll be a lot of. Everything should be on sale at the end of this year.
Everything.
I mean, you can say what you want about the new cars, but I mean, how many generation of cars have they had in the last 20 years? And it seems like it doesn't matter who. I mean, it doesn't seem like anyone's just stepped out of nowhere when they've introduced a new car. I mean, top guys are still going to be the top guys, regardless how much they change or not.
Right about that.
Austin wants to know if we think Blaney is overrated.
I think he was last year. I think he's gotten a lot better this year.
I don't
Seems
feel like
me.
he's overrated, but
I don't know,
I don't think
man.
he's overrated.
He's just like, man. I always refer to him as dollar store Chase Elliott, unfortunately. But he's pretty good though, man. He's pretty good. But a lot of his wins, he just he was in the right place at the right time, or it was like at a restrictor plate. But I think he is really a talented driver.
He's gotten
like-
screwed out of some wins though,
He
like
has.
Bristol. I mean,
Yeah.
how many times he got screwed out of Bristol? I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's pretty good. I think again, Penske's not where they need to be right now. I feel like Logano probably makes up for a little bit of that. Keselowski probably makes up for a little bit of that. But I feel like they're all just trying to play catch up, especially at mile and a half and stuff like that. I feel like how Jordan was talking about, Gibbs is probably still. As far as short tracks and more technical tracks and stuff like that, Gibbs has probably still got the advantage. You get the higher speeds, the downforce tracks. I think Hendrick's finally got the advantage there. So
I think Ryan Blaney is the epitome of average. I don't know.
Yeah, again, I just think he's an average equipment.
He's like
I
a
feel
B
too.
plus driver.
Yeah, he's not
Trying to take
nothing
his fight
special, but
advantage.
it's not like he doesn't deserve a cup ride, He's kind of like a Jamie McMurray in a sense.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
if you were to like take him out of the 12, who would you really put there that's better than him? That's available, I guess. Like, you got these you got these guys in Xfinity like that are pretty good, but like who's really better than Ryan Blaney down there? Honestly.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, who is the next? What are we thinking is the next class? I mean,
I'm
we
not
saying
very
Harrison?
confident.
We saying Harrison's in that?
Y'all said Harrison Burton.
I'm just gonna
John
say
Hunter.
Harrison Burton, Ty Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs is gonna be really, really good.
Ty might be one of those that just because of what he did at Daytona and the road course and the Xfinity car and what he's done so far, he may advance up pretty fast. And also being Joe Gibbs' grandson, but
yeah,
he may be one of the ones that surprises us. I think.
Do you think he'll be like a Logano?
What do you mean?
Well,
just like up to really quick. I mean, he's already kind of there. I mean, he's already there. I mean, how old was Logano when he made his first Xfinity start?
It was like 17 or 18.
17?
Yeah.
So I mean, he's already older than Logano, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I believe. I think they're around the same age.
Didn't Joey win? Joey won a cup race at 18.
Yeah, he won at Pocono, and then he won a rain shortened at New Hampshire.
Yeah, that was.
He was. New Hampshire was 2009.
He beat Mark Martin at Pocono.
Was he 18
that was
in
way
2009?
That was a few years
Yeah,
later.
That was like 2012.
Yeah,
2012.
It
Yeah.
was 2012. But
How old was Joey?
2009 was when he won. Or 2000 was it 8 or 9
It
that
was
he
2009 when he won New Hampshire because Tony was still in the car in 2008. But
That's right.
I think he was 18 or 19. I don't know. The whole Joey Logano situation, that was a really weird instance that I feel like it's not going to happen. The closest thing was Kyle Larson.
Landon Castle to the 12.
Landon Castle to the 12.
Yeah, that's what I just saw.
I am. Who said that? Jeffrey Wilson said that. Yeah, I'm with you, Jeff. I'm with you, Jeff. Landon Castle. I think Landon might actually get a. I mean, it depends on what this next gen thing does, but if like we get some the lower end teams to get some open rides, I would love to see Landon get back in the Cup Series.
So what do we got now? We got Chicago Street Course. What's this all about? Anybody know what this is all about?
He asked if we think the Chicago Street Course is going to happen. I think it's honestly
I know nothing about this.
I mean, basically all that's happened so far is NASCAR and iRacing went to Chicago and went and scanned everything. They scanned the streets and all, and iRacing went back and
from NASCAR on out?
Yeah, no, that's the first thing I said whenever I heard it too. They went back and put together a street course, and I guess they're gonna run it on iRacing. It's gonna be like the last of the pro invitational events. The pro drivers are gonna run there, and I imagine we've got an idea of what it looks like now. I imagine it's probably going to change, and it'll probably change based off of what the drivers see from the iRacing race. I feel like that'll probably change their opinions on a lot of that stuff. I think they'll see like braking zones and passing zones and stuff like that, and they'll probably have to make some changes based off of that. But I think it'd be cool to see it happen.
That seems like a headache to manage. I mean, getting ready for a street course, especially in Chicago. All the safety things and stuff. I guess I'd like to see them go to Long Beach, but I guess I don't know if that would even work out. Like a doubleheader with IndyCar.
I think they'll probably run a Nashville street course before they go anywhere else. Also, they were I think Indy's getting ready to go do that. So I'm sure if that works out well, they'll probably have some deal just trying to buy time between the Nashville Fairgrounds and all this deal getting done. I think that's that's the whole reason we're going to the Super Speedway is just to just kind of biding time to get us in Nashville and trying to wait until the fairgrounds or that deal's done and that track's ready to race. And I can only imagine they'll run that street course for the time being and until that's done.
Let's brush through a few more of these in the chat.
Yeah,
by the way, I feel like it should be less road course added, more short tracks added. I don't know why we're adding so many road courses at the same time. I love road courses, but like this is kind of a lot real quick.
Yeah,
the Roval. Yeah. We got the Roval, we got the Indy road course, which I feel like is an abomination.
I don't think they should have took the Brickyard out.
Coda.
Yeah, Coda and then the Daytona road course.
It's like a fourth of the season.
Road,
or a
Am-
fifth
Road
of the
America. They're
Road
running that
America.
this year.
Oh my! And then now we're talking
Watkins
about
Glen, Sonoma.
yeah. Now we're talking about this whatever.
Yeah, that's
They just need to take Pocono and turn it into a road course, so we never have to go there again.
I think- I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, but the direction they went with the new cars, I don't think road course racing is going to be going away. I don't think
Yeah.
think they're going to be getting rid of any of these races.
Yeah, we got in the
I
chat.
don't
Is
think so
Noah
either.
Gregson too aggressive? We're gonna have to brush this real
No.
quick. Cody,
No.
Cody, what do you think? It's no aggressive.
he's matured a little bit, but I still think he's too aggressive and too immature for a cup ride. He's not ready. I
Brad?
don't think, but he's not as bad as he was, say, a year ago or a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
So of course, like Noah had his whole thing, like he was being super aggressive. I'd say, yeah, about a year ago or so, and he was, it seemed like every week we were hearing something about him. And I know him and Junior had a talk, and they tried to like back him down a little bit and slow him down, and he couldn't get out of his own way. I mean, he was like couldn't. That he just doesn't know, and I guess this is inexperience or whatever. And I don't think that he's open yet. I don't think he's mature enough to open up to the idea of being a conservative driver and learning how to make that work. I think he's in the mindset of either I only know one way and it's go hard and that's it, and I'm not learning how to be conservative. I'm not learning how to save my stuff because I don't believe in it and I'm not going to be fast that way. I feel like he's just kind of stuck in his way, and it's either going to work for him or it's not. As far as I would say, I think it's working for him. I mean, I think he's doing the right things. I think he's going to eventually probably get a cup ride. He's not been as bad this year. He's been, I don't think Homestead really was anything of his doing. So
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of hypocritical. A lot of people seem to hate on him for being very aggressive, but
that's me.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, think about it. You like Logano because he's aggressive. Kyle Busch, I mean, he's aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone loved Dale Earnhardt because he was the intimidator. And then people get mad because Chase Elliott's never aggressive enough. They always, I mean, how many races has it been where people always complain, oh, why does he take this from the Gibbs cars when they were wrecking him, however many of those races? And a lot of people give him a lot of flack for that. It's like, where's the fine line between where you're aggressive enough where you don't get a lot of hate or you don't do enough?
Yeah,
I don't know why people seem to hate on them for that.
My beef with Noah was never about really being aggressive. It was about winning and not winning when I feel like he should have, and he hasn't done enough winning in the cars he's in my opinion. I feel like I feel like everybody's talking about him coming up the Cup and like driving for Junior Motorsports or coming to Hendrick, and I'm just like, dude, like he's won like 2 races or something. Like,
Yeah, I think he needs to start out running Algar because his teammate outruns him just a lot of the time. Algar does. I mean,
Algar should be in a cup car. I don't care what anybody says. Algar should be in a cup car.
And Noah Gregson didn't really do anything. I mean, I think he got as high as 3rd or 4th at one time. But
yeah, he
may have led. I don't know. I can't remember. But
yeah, Noah.
I
always felt like he was like a showman, but like an artificial showman, like
a great value showman.
Well, like I just felt like he wasn't doing like. I feel like he wasn't being him, or he was just trying to play his character up too much, or something.
That makes
Like
sense.
it was kind of annoying, but I'm cool with whatever.
I think Gregson's going to get a cup ride because, I mean, he does have a lot of financial backing, but the odds that he sticks around and is a winner, I don't know how high that is going to be. He's got a lot of maturing and things to learn, I think, before he's going to be a solid cup driver.
One thing I always think about, though, when I do think about Noah and Harrison and, honestly, Brandon Jones, John Hunter Nemechek, all these guys that just don't care. Like, they will just send it. They do not care what happens. Like, that is one thing that I get really excited about when I think about the future of our sport, is just all the guys that are coming in. I mean, again, you can say some of these kids, they just don't care. It's not their money, and they've got all, if it's sponsorship dollars or parents' money, whatever it is. A lot of these kids, they just don't. Their give a damn's broke, and they don't care as much as some of these older guys are. Dude, these older guys now, they're trying to take care of their equipment and all that stuff, and these guys will just go out there and tear it up, and they'll rub fenders and lean on each other, and that is something I'm really excited to see. Especially we're going to get composite bodies. I'm sure they'll probably tweak on those as we go. But I just when I think about Noah and I think about just all the guys, the talent that we have in the Xfinity and the Truck Series coming up, there's just a bunch of aggressive young kids that they're going to make the sport really exciting if they get the right attention.
And we need personalities in the sport. We don't need just
Yeah. I'm also kind of convinced at this point though that the TV is not doing a good enough job of getting these guys of just creating the storylines and getting the people involved. I mean, every weekend the broadcast to me feels like they're talking to brand new fans. They're not talking to people that are watching every week.
Yeah.
And I get that. I understand we definitely have to talk to brand new fans, but it's like every week we're breaking down the basics the entire race,
Yeah.
and we're not really digging into. We're not
every time they go to Talladega, this is how the draft works. When one car gets behind another car, they speed up significantly.
Which they get a lot of new viewers for plate tracks and stuff like that. Which I mean, some of that stuff is necessary, but it's not. It's too repetitive. We also we had Ocho Cinco was watching a race, starting to get into NASCAR and watching his first races, and the first thing that he noticed was way too many commercials. That's not what you want new fans. That's not what you want new fans. Their first impression to be when they come into a sport is, God, why are they? I mean, we're probably one of the only sports that breaks away live in the middle of our event for a commercial while there's action happening. There's not. I mean, everybody else which again we don't have. We don't have. I was gonna say we don't have manufactured time into our races, but we have stage breaks now, and they still don't seem to take very good advantage of it.
Yeah, we're gonna answer like one or two more questions in the chat, and then we're gonna get somebody from the waiting room. There's only one person in the waiting room, so if anybody else wants to join,
he's been waiting in there a long time.
I know he's been waiting in there forever, man. I feel bad.
Yeah, the Discord link is still pinned in the YouTube chat. So
we've had some people join, but they haven't jumped into the podcast waiting.
Get in the waiting room. Come talk to us.
They're waiting for us to start bringing people in.
You know what? We're gonna bring RBZ in, okay? RBZ.
Let's bring him in.
He's typing in Discord. I'm gonna let him type what he's typing real quick, okay?
He's typing in the chat right here.
He's typing. Oh, Cody, you just took off your screen. You just split the screen. Now Jordan's his face is cutting out.
I didn't.
Brad, sorry.
I didn't touch my phone.
Or Brad, sorry.
You moved me?
I didn't move you.
Oh, I accidentally moved myself.
Nice. You gotta turn your camera back on.
Oh,
yeah.
That's terrible.
Okay.
I was trying to look at the chat room and see who all was online.
All right.
Soviet shock.
We're moving RBC in here, okay? I don't know if he has a camera, but if he doesn't, it's fine. How do we do this? There we go. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Oh, look at that.
Oh, he's in here.
Hello? He's here.
What's up? Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Yes, I can.
There it is.
Hey.
Hello. Good. So I figured that I should ask if I can hop on because you're talking about new fans and stuff, and I am definitely a new fan. Yes, fairly. All right. So my name's Robert. I'm from around Washington D.C. and I've always watched the big races on TV and stuff, and really this year, starting this season, is the first season I've really gotten into it. So fairly new.
Okay.
Though I haven't been to a race.
What made you get into it? What got you interested?
Honestly, I was bored because I've been stuck inside for ages. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna watch the Daytona 500 starting of the season. Like, you know what? I've been watching F1 this season and last season. It's like, I'm gonna get more into it. And then I've got family from like South Carolina who are really into it. And they were like telling me all the details. I'm like, well, this looks cool.
Yeah, we've got a little bit more parity over here. We got a few more winners than the F1 stuff.
All right, so I'm definitely taking a look into Hamlin because I was at Richmond and I was like really quite annoyed at that result. He was doing, So I was at Richmond and I was like, I like his car, and Is like he's like the whole 2311 thing. That's pretty neat. It's like I like that. Also, he's a good person that I didn't realize, and as I've liked him more and done more, looked up more on him, I was like, oh wow, he's really unlucky.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, like Kozlowski, if you've looked at my profile picture, probably see why. I got to ride around in cars. I ended up being in his car, so I was like, well, that's a good reason to looking for favorite drive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where'd you
looking
do
for
Where'd you do the ride along?
Richmond as well.
Awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, so looking
How
for
fast
drivers.
how fast they go there? They
Like
get up.
130, 140.
I was gonna say that's a short track, so the cars are probably, even though they're dialed down, they probably still pretty close to race speed there, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah, because they had the ride along. They had the drivers, the actual drivers there going, and you had like Keffi, and then you had the ones where you could drive. I was not able to do that, but I was able to do the ride along, and they said they clocked us at like 140, and those turns are intense.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's pretty sweet. I've always wanted to do that at like Atlanta.
So you just got back into NASCAR and you went to the Richmond race this year? Is that
Yeah,
when?
I just started, and basically I was really bored, and I was like looking at the schedule. I was like, oh look, there's one in Richmond. My mom overheard me. She was like, want to go? And I was like, thought she was joking.
So you
'Cause I
really
did
really
not-
dove off the deep end then. You kind of just
Yep.
went feet first right in there.
Yeah. High school. Yeah. Junior. Well, if I'm sounding a little tired, I am a junior in high school,
17, 18.
and
so, I mean, that's,
I'm feeling really tired. Yeah, 16. Yeah, and I'm feeling if I'm a bit tired, it's because I just had my AP test that finished at 6, so I'm a little
How'd you do?
sleepy. No idea.
What do you plan on going to any more races this year? Martinsville or anything like that?
Well, I'm not sure. I think maybe I'll try to go to the second Richmond one, because Richmond is COVID and everything. You don't want to go too far away, because then you got to deal with travel and such.
Right.
But Richmond's only an hour and a half away, so we'll try going there again. Well, I'd already kind of been liking him before then. I don't know why. His car.
Was it because he
out.
won like 100 races last year?
I don't know. I wasn't really following that much then. I going into the season, I'd heard a lot about the whole 2311 thing. It's like that looks really cool, and they're hyping that up like on the news and everything. And then I saw him do pretty well, and I think his car looks neat, which I know is not the best way to pick drivers, but
Yeah.
I mean, I was like 4 years old and I saw a Jeff Gordon car and I liked the Flames and I was a Jeff Gordon fan for life. So
It was
I mean,
Flames.
not much different.
Hey, Trevor,
Yeah.
make sure you're not. Okay. What's that?
Scene.
Ah.
We changed the scene, and I muted myself again.
Wow.
Nice.
No technical difficulties. No technical difficulties.
How long were you muted?
I was muted since we put what'd you say your name was? Sorry.
Robert.
Robert. Since we put Robert in the chat. I was talking mad trash on Denny Hamlin.
I have a question. Since you're a new fan, what do you think about the race distances?
Okay, so you're gonna probably laugh at this, but I've been because homework schedule and stuff. I'm always really tired when I'm watching the races. So I don't have cable, so I only watch the ones on broadcast and ones on Fox. But what has happened is pretty much every race I've fallen asleep in the middle and woken back up.
That's a pretty common.
Pretty common. Yeah, it's pretty common.
But like I'll watch like the first hour, fall asleep for like the middle, and watch the last bit.
Yeah.
So
would you be opposed to them shortening the races, or I mean, how do you feel about that, or do you like?
I can say my opinion different when I went to the one versus when I watched them on TV. Because I was doing some research, looking around, trying to find local tracks, and I'll be going to some place for dirt racing, watching some dirt late models and sprints this weekend. I was trying to find some place that has longer racing that justifies the drive. But like on TV themselves are like, I'm cool with it because it's also, I found it really surprisingly relaxing watching the races. because it's just really mesmerizing, all the cars and all the moves and stuff going around. So I think it's good, but I think it's the distance is a thing because I also really like watching F1, and I'll say that F1 has better racing in general. But however, NASCAR is more like you just want to sit there and watch something for a while, and NASCAR has a lot better crashes, and I think NASCAR they're both good for different things. Like you want like pure hard racing, they're shorter and a lot more aggressive and a lot made for like turning stuff like that. But you want like endurance and long, like it has its own little thing. I don't know. They're both different. I like them both for different things.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have any questions for us, or does anyone else have questions?
Yeah. Any questions?
no.
Yeah.
I know I
Absolutely.
put something a while ago. I forgot what it was. I know I had a question.
Oh yeah.
I forgot what it was. Oh yeah. So it's sort of
there's a
like
lot
a two-part question.
questions.
Yeah. So like
I know that I've seen that some cars like use certain designs for certain weekends and they like switch them around a lot. And so I wonder what's with that because I know in F1 they don't want to stick with the same thing all year. And also, do sponsors follow the drivers or the teams or is it a mix?
I think the sponsors. I think some sponsors back some drivers, and others.
Some back some
I mean,
teams.
some teams. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
like Paul Menard, he always had Menards because I mean, like his dad owned Menards. Same with Eric Almirola, he always has had Smithfield. Smithfield's always just backed Eric Almirola.
Like there's a lot of
Um,
drivers that like monster backs, like Kurt Busch. He's with Monster. I mean, they back him. Who else?
Yeah,
like
I mean, it's a lot of drivers have the same thing. I mean, they have B2B relationships with the teams. So like there'll be a lot of sponsors that'll stay with the team no matter what driver comes through. They'll sponsor whoever's in the car, and vice versa. Like they'll have drivers that come in and get their own deals. Like Ricky Stenhouse has got a NOS deal. NOS follows him everywhere he goes, and he's got off-track stuff with them too, with his dirt racing team and stuff that they have deals there too. So that kind of varies. And what was the first part of your question?
So I
the
know that
paint
certain
schemes,
races
right?
they have the different
paint
paint schemes and
Yeah.
certain.
So the
Like,
paint
is there
schemes
any
will
reason-
also change. So if you have now back in the day it was more common for you to see like if you think about Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon, they had DuPont and
the same one every week.
they had the same sponsor every single week. So now in the kind of the climate that NASCAR's in now, sponsors don't want to pay. One sponsor normally doesn't want to pay for a full season, which is normally so. We got the numbers from FedEx a year or so ago. What they were spending when they were sponsoring Denny for a full season is they're over $30 million a year for sponsorship on one single car. So
That doesn't sound too bad to me because I've watched
yeah.
like F1 and things, and that's like the hundreds of millions for things.
Right,
but
and it's got a little bit more
different sort of
prestige, I
things.
guess. They don't race as much. They have I guess
Yeah.
it's a different. Yeah, I do understand what you're saying. It's a different crowd. It's a different audience. Different type of event. I would say it's more of a
Yeah.
just a upper echelon type of event. Not saying NASCAR. I mean, I'd say NASCAR is the best racing in North America by far. But just as far as the, trying to think of how to say it, but so anyway, the teams have multiple sponsors. Drivers have multiple sponsors now, just to cut down on to help the sponsors out. They don't have to spend $30 million a year. They can split it up, $15 million with two different sponsors, and they'll flip schemes depending on certain sponsors will want different races in different markets if they have big presence in that area. So like say if I'm trying to think of somewhere that's. I think Ally had a big
Auto
big
Trader
face in
always
Dover.
does New Hampshire.
Yeah, like so Ally has a big presence in Delaware. So I think they sponsored the race. They were going to be on Bowman's car. They were doing the whole 9 yards for this
Yeah,
weekend.
the tunnel like above the track.
Right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it'll switch up just depending on what primary sponsor that they have on the car that week. And it's normally predetermined. You can normally find that kind of stuff out. If the team has sold all the sponsorship before the season started, you'll normally know like, okay, they're gonna run Ally, or they're gonna run, whatever team is gonna run X sponsorship this weekend, they're gonna run Y sponsorship next weekend. Unless they haven't sold that sponsorship, you can normally, you'll know that ahead of time. But You do have a few cars like Lowe's was pretty consistent with Jimmy Johnson. They were sponsoring full seasons. FedEx, same thing with Denny Hamlin. They sponsored full seasons up until this year. Denny's got offer pad for 2 races. So there's just certain teams and the underfunded teams they'll have more sponsors than some of the bigger teams.
Yes. One last thing, and yeah, I'll let you do what you're doing. But an interesting thing going back to the other comparison I was making earlier. I know something that'll be really cool to watch this year is I think it's the first time in a while NASCAR and F1 will be racing at the same track. Is every year F1 races at COTA, and I think NASCAR starting racing at COTA this year, right? Am I wrong
Yeah,
about
this
that?
weekend.
Yep.
This weekend.
This weekend.
This weekend. All right, cool. I guess I better watch that, and it'll be interesting to see how the two compare.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Yeah,
new thing
and
for all of us.
I think F1 is going to be way faster than
Oh, yeah.
NASCAR. It's not
Yeah,
even
that's
close.
my opinion. Though some people
It'll be
have higher
fast. I
opinions
don't
of
know if
road
the racing
courses.
will be any better.
I think a lot of
Yeah, I
people
just know.
kind of saying NASCAR ran F1 out of town because F1's taking their race to Miami next year. They're not even gonna. I don't think they're
They
not
got
coming back
scared.
to Austin.
No, I think they are.
They're,
They are. I'm pretty sure they
They're
are.
doing they're
Are they doing
giving
both?
Mhm.
America more race dates.
Yeah,
Oh, I
they're
didn't
giving
know that.
America 2
Okay,
race
I
days.
was under the impression they were taking the Texas race away.
Their Netflix show, which that's what got me into it, the Drive to Survive thing on Netflix, which I think NASCAR needs an equivalent of. If you guys
They
ever
are
making
watched
sure.
yeah,
I don't know if you knew this, but they're making like a Bubba Wallace is having a documentary about his first season with the Michael Jordan Racing. So they'll have something similar. It's not going to be the exact same as Drive to Survive, but something similar.
It'd be
You'll have
good.
to
I
keep
think
your-
I think they'll still make it interesting.
thank you for answering all my questions.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely,
no problem.
man. Thanks for jumping in here with us.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we
I
appreciate
appreciate you being a viewer too, and
Yeah,
like
I
think
yeah.
you sent me a message. You said you watched some videos and you liked them, so I appreciate that. Appreciate you being in the Discord. Appreciate you joining us.
Sure
and
thing.
and waiting in the waiting room for 30 minutes. or
Yeah,
45
yeah, and
minutes.
waiting.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I have been half asleep because I had a ginormous test today, so I've just been sort of sitting on the front porch.
Hopefully you did okay on
Just
your
listening.
test, man.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Good luck with that,
hopefully
man.
Java test. No.
All right, man.
Well, let's get Ricky in here.
we're gonna
Let's,
get Ricky.
let's- all right.
All right, we'll see you
Appreciate
later,
it,
man.
Robert.
Thank you, Rob.
Ricky's mic is muted.
Just pull him down here. He's in the waiting room.
Ricky.
Ricky.
Hey
Ricky.
guys, what's up?
There we go. Ricky's
I
got
want
him.
to make this brief. I just want to say I'm kind of new to this. I started watching last year, so I appreciate NASCAR YouTubers like you guys. Anyway,
Awesome.
I was gonna say if there was any track you guys could take from IndyCar F1 and have NASCAR race on it, any road course, street course, which one would you guys put in or why?
Monaco.
Oh my god.
That would be
Yeah.
a parking garage
That
right in the last corner.
Just a 10 lap sprint in Monaco. All-star
Can
race.
live.
I would
Um,
like to see NASCAR go to Barber Motorsports just because it's close to me and I could get there.
Barber could be
Huh.
pretty cool. I think the best would be if they went to Laguna Seca. I think that corkscrew would be a
Yes,
hell of a ride. I mean,
Yeah, I agree with that too. Especially with this new car coming with the suspension and all that stuff. I think Laguna Seca would be awesome.
I'm looking up Laguna
agree.
Seca right now. Okay.
It's the one with the corkscrew.
The corkscrew. Yeah. I'd have to
If
say.
you ran it, you'd know it.
I definitely ran it. I've ran it in multiple F1 games, boys.
Ricky, who's your favorite driver?
Oh, okay.
Where are you from?
Yeah, I see.
I
Wait.
don't really have a favorite driver right now.
There's a guy with the
I
same
like
name as you that's
Kyle
pretty
Busch,
Oh, Kyle Busch.
Danny Hamlin,
Kyle
Joey
Busch fan?
Logano, like all of the guys that everyone hates, kind of. But I just like
that's me,
polarizing
that's how I
figures in the
feel.
sport.
Well,
I
they
like,
hate
I
him
like,
for a reason.
like no guys too. I just like good
People-
racing
Oh, yeah.
and personalities, honestly.
Yeah, somebody
People hate him for a reason.
Yeah, somebody did ask in the chat. Matthew asked, "Who are the drivers you guys support?" So I guess we'll answer this while Ricky's here as well. Brad,
Ricky
who's your driver?
So I'm obviously I'm still a Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan. But ever since Junior retired, I've had to expand my horizons and branch out a little bit. Obviously, I was a supporter of Alex Bowman while he was driving the '88 car and while Junior was out. like Bowman. I'm kind of a William, or, not William. I'm sorry, Hendrick Motorsports fan in general. So I like William. I like Chase. I like Bowman. I like Larson. Chase is probably my favorite driver right now, just because he was kind of taking over the junior fan base, so to speak. He's also from Georgia. I'm from Georgia. He's a Georgia Bulldogs fan. I'm a Georgia Bulldogs fan. He's an Atlanta Braves fan. I'm an Atlanta Braves fan. We have a lot in common. We are very similar in age, and I feel like I can kind of follow his career, and we'll kind of be, like I said, same age as his career goes on. I can kind of grow with him and watch him do cool things. So
You guys have the
I
same
pledge my
monotone voice, same monotone voice. I feel like I'm listening to a Chase Elliott interview right now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So anyway, Hendrick Motorsports, Junior Motorsports. That's my allegiance. That's what I'm sticking to.
Cody?
All right, I'm a lifelong Jeff Gordon fan, and ever since
really?
he retired, do what?
Oh, really? I didn't tell by your shirt there. Your
I mean,
your door
yeah,
switch
I'm a
back, or
favorite
your door
warrior.
switch, your light switch back there.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know what that is. All right, but yeah, I'm a lifelong Jeff Gordon fan, and I'm not gonna get on that because it'd be a long, long story. But ever since he's retired,
What's that on
I mean,
your
I'm a
arm?
Hendrick Motors. Huh?
What's that on your arm?
I don't know.
Oh, what is that?
It's a Jeff Gordon tattoo. I would grab my mic, my thing, but it's plugged in. But yeah, I'm a huge Jeff Gordon fan. I met him, I don't know how many times. He knows my name. But I'm a Hendrick Motorsports fan. But Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is my favorite driver right now, my active driver. He's from Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi. Like Brad, he likes Ole Miss. I like Ole Miss. I mean, Mississippi. I can't say nothing else.
Jordan?
But Jordan, you go.
Yeah, who's your driver
I
this
guess-
week?
I grew up a huge Jeff Gordon fan, but then since he retired, I always had a kind of a hard time picking people. So I kind of been rocking with Kyle Busch, just kind of the same reason you like him, because everyone hates him. I like cheering for him, and then I guess I kind of like Noah Gragson just because he's one of the cooler drivers I've actually met in person. He seemed like a really nice guy. So, and Brett Moffitt, I'm a huge Brett Moffitt fan because he's a beast, and everyone
I'll help.
he's
Jordan.
underrated.
I'll help Jordan with some of his notable mentions. He should have put in here. Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Matty D, and whoever
Denny
else
Hamlin.
runs Denny Hamlin. So yeah, probably Brandon Jones next week.
We
So
did-
just stay
we
tuned.
did-
Yeah, if you
we did for sure
ask me a
narrow it
question next
down.
week,
We narrowed it
I'm,
all the way down to Kyle Busch. For
We could
Jordan
probably
now.
do a segment. We'll do a segment every week, and we'll just ask Jordan who his favorite driver is this week.
Jordan's
Yeah.
flavor of the week.
Yeah, flavor of the week. Yeah,
But Kyle Busch, though, we narrowed it down to Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
KFB.
yeah, I'll give you that.
And
Really
Um,
cool.
Sorry guys, I'm not trying to be rude
Oh,
or
you're good.
interrupt or anything, but I actually have to go. But I was just
Hey,
gonna say thank you guys.
thanks.
I'm
Thanks
gonna head
for
out,
joining, man.
and I'll be along for this ride till 10K, 100K, million.
Hey.
I can't wait.
Hey.
We'll talk about
Hey.
it.
those are
Hey.
really
There we
those are
go.
really big numbers.
Hey, if you got alternate accounts, sub to right now, is that
We could get this channel to 10K in less than a day if everyone subscribed plus if you subscribe.
dude,
So
do you hear this?
hit the like button, subscribe right now. See you guys.
We're gonna earn those
All right,
subscribers.
Ricky, you
the
can pick up
old-fashioned
your
way.
you can pick up your check on the way out, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, we appreciate it. You got a
Yeah,
cool name.
talk to you guys soon. Thank
See
you
ya,
so much,
man.
guys.
Thanks, Ricky.
No problem. Thank you.
Oh, my favorite driver. Oh, hold on, I gotta hit the button. Hold on.
Hit the
I gotta
button.
hit the button. Hopefully everybody can still hear me. They can hear me because we were just on. My allegiance is with Joey Logano, 100%. Why is everybody smiling?
Oh, no.
I'm just happy to be here, man.
Yeah.
Joey Logano, as you all know, is the best driver in NASCAR. He's untouchable. Nobody has the same driving caliber as this man. Okay? He's been the best for the last 4 years.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Right
How
there.
many championships does he have in the last 4 years?
I don't know. You know, he has one, Anyway,
I'm gonna jump back over here. I just want to run through chat real quick, make sure we don't have
Yeah.
anybody.
Joey Logano,
Yeah,
though.
any more questions? Any more questions in chat? If you're still here, go ahead and drop your
They
questions in
all
chat.
fell
We're gonna take a few
asleep.
more. We're gonna take a few more. I'm gonna look here and see what I've got. I've got. Oh, one thing I did want to talk about. What are we thinking about Josh Berry? What do you do with what do you do with this guy? You just put him in an Xfinity car. He's already won.
How old is he?
He's got like 8
He's
starts.
in
He's
30.
old. He's
He's
pretty
like
old.
33 or something, ain't he?
He looks kind of old.
He's older. I wanted to say he's 36. Honestly,
Brad will know better than any of us.
I don't think he's that old, Jordan.
He's not as old as Allgaier though, right?
No, I don't believe so. 30 years old. I mean,
Oh.
that's
oh, he's
I
basically
thought he was
retired
old.
then. He's got what, one more year left in him.
I don't.
He's
I don't
younger
think
than
so.
Joey Logano.
I mean, how old was Truex before he started winning?
Yeah, or
54 or
Harvick.
something like that.
Yeah. I think
Anyway.
Barry. I mean,
I thought he was older than that, so that's good.
if
My
you're
phone's at
looking,
1%.
if you're
I'm gonna
looking,
switch.
if you're looking at
I'll be
the
back.
Xfinity Series
Oh.
and you're looking for a driver,
Oh
I mean,
man, we gotta go to
who-
3 screen. Hold
what?
on, boys. And I gotta turn
make
my
sure
mic
you're
on.
not muted. Yeah, make sure you're not muted. How does he not have a phone charger hooked up? Like, what kind of?
He had the thing plugged in where his mic would work. He didn't.
What kind
I
of
have
show do you
mine.
think we're running over here?
I have mine plugged in the charger. But I had it propped up here.
Why is he? Jordan, you think this is our first time doing this? What are you doing?
My
Right-
phone was at 1%.
Right
it was
when
gonna
I
die.
got the mic working.
He goes back to the
We're
floor.
back. We're fine. We can keep it on this guy. Nobody
Yeah.
asked what this picture is, okay? All right.
I forgot.
Everything's fine. Hopefully he's not watching.
Hopefully he's a big fan.
Yeah, big fan.
Alright.
Let's let me check through chat real quick. Stop looking how old Josh Berry is.
Robert says, even though I'm a new fan, I know not to like Logano.
That's right. He knows.
Well, as a Denny Hamlin fan, you do not like Logano, and as a Logano fan, I do not like Denny Hamlin. So
Austin says Barry is the most down to earth person. I agree. He's pretty cool. I think he's super humble and really appreciative of the opportunity he's gotten, and he is by far taking advantage of it better than I don't know. I mean, I don't know anybody that's just been thrown in a NASCAR car for the first time and just taken off like that. I mean, I know he's got a ton of late model experience, but he's literally never been on a mile and a half in his life, and he's going to some of these tracks for the first time and just running top 5 like he's been doing it forever. It's super smooth, like, you know, he got put in some really bad situations at Dover on some restarts, and it was super impressive, super smooth, looked like a pro. And I mean,
Right.
if you're looking at what he's done in Xfinity right now, I mean, I would want to see a full year of Xfinity under his belt before you start talking Cup. But I mean, if you're talking talent, and I mean, you want to win right now, and you're
Yeah,
going
and-
into this next gen car. I mean, Josh Berry is got to be near the top of that list.
Another thing to think, he's coming to all these tracks with no practice. I mean, everybody's coming with no practice for qualifying, but a lot of people have laps and stuff. He's just same thing with Ty Gibbs. I know it's only Xfinity and Arca, but he's coming to all these tracks with no laps on him, and he's just doing good. Josh Berry's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
That's another thing for the new fans in here. Whenever practice and qualifying comes back, it'll probably make the races a little better, maybe closer, and just
for sure.
practice and qualifying is the norm. Like, it's normal on a Friday and Saturday, and then I don't know. Y'all have been
I'll be
watching
happy to
NASCAR
see it back this weekend.
Practice and and the next weekend too.
There's one thing with the no practice. I thought there was going to be a lot more crashes, and I thought that was going to be like maybe a
like
slight
lap one
benefit. You know, because crashes are exciting. I thought there was going to be more crashes because of this, but there's not. I feel like they're crashing just as little or less as before. So
I think that's just byproduct of the package that we have now.
yeah.
I think I said something about this earlier about Kyle Busch being on the I Am Athlete podcast. He sat down with them with Brandon Marshall and Ocho Cinco, and I don't know if anybody else has had a chance to catch this, but he said some pretty interesting things. I was honestly doubled over laughing almost the entire podcast. It was pretty entertaining stuff from Kyle. It was pretty cool. He really owned the villain role. He, as far as I don't think it's been a long time since we've really seen drivers. Again, he owns the villain role, but he also owns it with the media. So when it's not only he's aware enough that when he gets in front of a camera, he doesn't mind still playing that villain, and he understands how to do it right. And he I feel like he did a really good job of that on the I Am Athlete podcast. He was he was being an asshole. I mean, and he admitted it. That was what the episode ended up being called. He was just being really cocky and confident in his abilities and stuff like that. And he was telling those guys that, telling them that he thinks he's the best and all that stuff. And it was really cool. I enjoy that. I wish more drivers would do that. I wish Chase would kind of take over some of that and do some, not in the villain role, but play into the storyline, play into some of that stuff. It doesn't have to be WWE putting on a show, but I would love to see more guys do what Kyle does, yeah, with the media and play that part, because I think that's how you get the personalities and stuff out there, and you create the controversy.
Yeah, I think he might be losing that role to Joey. I think he's scared he's going to lose that supervillain role, in my opinion. He kind of went after Joey a little bit.
Yeah, he did. He called him Two-Faced.
He did. Yeah. He said that before. He said that before about Joey.
So the reason
all the JGR guys have.
The reason he said that, though, he kind of broke it down. They asked him who he hated the most. They were initially talking about him and Junior's rivalry, and he said, well, they asked him, all right, well, who's that guy now? Who's the guy that you don't want to look at, you don't want to make eye contact with when you're walking down pit road? And he said Logano is number one on that list for sure. And he said it's just because he's Two-Faced. He said he comes up, he'll talk to you, he's squinty, smiley, buddy with you, and then he gets in the race car and he said he just flips that switch on the back of his head and he becomes another person.
All right, you can say that. No, you can go ahead. I got something to add on to that.
Nobody paid attention to what I'm doing.
The nice thing I guess about that is at least he's someone that's going to leave it out on the racetrack. You don't have to worry about him like being butthurt about it too. I think that's kind of a better way of doing it. Being a nice guy and all. Yeah, you can say he's Two-Faced and all that, but whatever. But at least he's leaving it out on the racetrack, and he's not going to,
I've heard people say, like, Earnhardt, he'd be your best friend and stuff off the track and all this, but whenever he put that helmet on, he was a completely different person. So I wouldn't say Joey's Two-Faced. He just gets in that competitive mode, and he's a different person.
I was completely shocked. Like, I thought Kyle was actually going to say something with, like, some sort of substance about, about Joey, actually being Two-Faced, but the fact that, he said that he gets in the car and sends it, basically, Joey always says, he's not there to make friends. And
he's there to race.
It's kind of part of the job.
yeah. But Kyle Busch, he's my second favorite driver. He probably always will be. He always does some dumb stuff that always kept him from being my guy. But he's always going to be up there in my favorite drivers just because he was the character that we needed.
Yeah, and he doesn't mind playing it. And that's another thing too. He was talking about with Joey, that whenever he said that Gibbs, they finally sat down and they were having a meeting back. This was back 2009, 2010, whenever they were talking about getting rid of Logano. He said that they were having a meeting and it was basically like, hey, we got to do something with Joey. We're going to fire Joey. We're going to move on. Where do we need to go from here? And Kyle said that he was the one that was jumping up and down saying, hey, this is way too early. I don't think he's gotten a fair shot yet. I think there's more here that we should probably wait it out a little longer. And Kyle was not listened to in those meetings, and they went ahead and moved on from Joey, and he went on to win and do whatever at Penske. But he said that the way that Joey raced him after he stood up for him and did all that, he said it drove him crazy. And again, Joey's had run-ins with all the guys from Gibbs since he's left, it seems like. But
yeah,
that was the one thing that Kyle
with everybody.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, not just Gibbs.
Yeah, Stewart.
Yeah, I think I didn't see Kyle standing up for Joey when Denny was running over him at Bristol in 2013 after he left. After he left JGR, and I don't know, Kyle. I don't know, man.
we got one more guy up here in the waiting
Oh
room. We
yeah,
got
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, you should
resident
bring him in.
samurai.
Hey, Samurai, we're bringing you in, bro.
We're bringing you in, dude, and we're gonna do
Let
it
me
live.
see. We're doing it live, and
We're doing it live.
And we got another person after him too. I keep forgetting how to do this. Man, I'm gonna have to. I don't know if you see Cody's TV in the background, but I'm gonna have to move Jordan's picture after I do this.
Yeah, Jordan's on my TV. I didn't even realize who's that.
Right, hold on. All right. Nobody look. Okay. Well, it's fine. Hey, Samurai.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good.
Are you in space?
No.
Nice.
How you doing?
You're in a
tonight?
submarine?
No.
What you doing, man? What's your name? Where you from? What do you want to talk about?
My name is Morgan, and I'm from the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia area.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Everybody's from DC
Yeah.
area. Though.
So was Robert.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah.
Let me see. I was gonna ask a question. This might be crazy. NASCAR goes way far into the roots. Do you ever see them racing back in the airports?
Racing back in the
In the
airports.
Yeah.
More than likely not. I guess I don't.
That would be
I
pretty
mean-
cool though.
Yeah,
That
I
would
think it'd
be
be cool. I was
wild.
trying to think of the logistics of that, and I know exactly what he's talking about. They used to do that back in the day. They'd race on the runways and stuff.
Do they do that in
I don't
IndyCar?
know.
Or in F1? Is there
They
some
do
sort of
that exactly.
airstrip somewhere?
Sebring was an old Air Force base, I believe, and I think the front stretch and the back stretch is a part of the runway. I mean, the odds of that happening, they'd have to have like a decommissioned airport to do that. I think.
I don't know if there'd be a want for that. I don't know if there's a big audience asking for that. I'm trying to think of the logistics of it. I mean, you're running an airport, so you're obviously not talking about a rate. You're not talking about a manufactured racetrack. So we're not talking banking. We're talking just a flat
Tarmac.
flat tarmac. Yeah, and I mean, if you're not, I guess if you turned it into a street course type deal, and you would really have to go in there, I mean, and just manufacture every curb and turn and everything. But if you, again, you do that, you can kind of build it how you want to build it. But I think, I mean, there might be something there. I've never thought about that. But
it'd be like a 2-mile long Martinsville. You just set 2 cones on one side and just let her rip.
well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you do it like a street course, I mean, you could build, kind of like how the people do go-kart tracks. You just go out in an open parking lot and you build a track. You get your tires and you put them out how you want them, and you got your racetrack. But yeah, I mean, maybe if we get to a point in the sport where there's a need for an expansion with racetracks and stuff like that, I don't know if we're there yet. I think this whole road course boom is kind of where we're at now. Road course, short track. I think if we start going any other direction, it's gonna require something happening.
I mean, I doubt that would happen. I mean, look at the way NASCAR is kind of heading in the direction they're heading right now. Look at, Phoenix. Look at how they're going to renovate Atlanta and Auto Club. Like, they're kind of looking for these big mecca kind of complexes. I don't see why they would go to like an airport or an airstrip. I mean,
Yeah.
I just
But
look
I
at what they're doing right now.
I like the I mean, it's definitely I would have never even pondered that idea.
Yeah.
What did you say your name was?
Morgan.
Morgan. Hey, Morgan. Who's your favorite driver?
Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch, KFB.
Good choice.
That's a good choice. He's
Why
had
do you
it,
like Kyle Busch?
He's had it off for a couple of years, but yeah. Why do you like Kyle?
I think ever since back in like 2007, like when I was like 6 or 5, I kind of like followed Kyle Busch for like a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not a new fan. You've been watching for a while.
Well, I kind of took a break from NASCAR, and then COVID pretty much brought me back to the sport.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't blame you.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you're back.
Nope.
So, who's your championship pick this year, Morgan?
It's a tough one.
If you didn't have to pick Kyle Busch, like who else do you think?
Probably the other Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was definitely my
okay.
early on pick, like first month. I was just thought he wasn't gonna be touched. Just his ability to close races is the only thing I'm worried about with him.
I think all the
I hate to
Hendrick
say
cars.
it, but Joey.
Yeah, yeah,
No, Joey's
that
not.
guy's pretty good.
No, Joey. I'm sorry to tell you this, but Joey Logano will not be winning another championship.
Oh, really? We'll see about that.
Any other questions?
My last question is, what's your thoughts on the new NASCAR game?
Oh yeah, the
The one
NASCAR
that's coming out.
21.
Yeah, that's cool.
the
That's a
one's
that's a
coming
really
out.
good question. I guess we could kind of elaborate on that pretty deep, considering our backgrounds together.
Yeah, so we've all kind of met each other about 11 years ago, 10, 11, 12 years ago on a game called NASCAR '09 on the Xbox 360. Um, we raced for
So
years and
so
years
we
and
we
years and
played them
years.
all.
Yeah, we
We've
played them
played
all
them all.
heavily, heavily.
And we've all seen the decline.
Yeah, the NASCAR Heat 5 pushed even the unwillingest people to try iRacing because
Yeah.
we were so disappointed. In the past Heat games too, the last few years, we were not, after playing NASCAR '09 and a couple of the Technics games, they were pretty good. Looking back, they were awful when they came out, but looking back, they were actually pretty good. But so all I know for the new NASCAR game is they're potentially taking physics from the R Factor games.
Tire model.
Yeah, just the tire model.
No, tire model, physics, all that stuff. I mean,
Okay.
I think they're bringing all that stuff over.
When is that supposed to be coming out?
Later this year. They said later this year.
So
I mean,
I've gave R Factor a try in the past, and if it's anything, feels anything like that, I think it's gonna be a good game.
I'm definitely gonna try it. I mean, if they are doing like the R Factor physics, and if it's more of a kind of like a sim thing, than like iRacing, or instead of like NASCAR Heat like it is now, then I definitely would give it a shot. I mean, I know I haven't liked the Heat games very much. I stopped playing those, but hopefully it's a lot better than its predecessors. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I don't even really want like a sim. I don't even need a sim console game. I mean, just
Because we got
just
iRacing. So.
the arcadiness of the Heat games just kind of pushes me away.
It was too strong of an arcade too.
Yeah, and if like I said, if we get the physics, we get the tire model, something's more like the F1 game for console, I would be thrilled. I'll probably buy the game for sure and give it a try. But yeah, I'm really excited. Like you said, we all started on NASCAR '09. We've played all the games. I mean, this honestly, this podcast wouldn't be happening right now if it wasn't for NASCAR '09 because that's how we all became friends. That's how we all met. So we've been waiting long time for a new racing game, new console racing game. We've moved to iRacing now, and enjoy that. But I definitely would love to pick up a controller and to race
One
with the
thing with
guys on
me,
console again.
I don't like using a wheel on a console. Sometimes I want to be able to just pick up my controller and race.
Exactly.
You can just do. I mean, you can lay on your bed, you can lay on your couch, you can sit however you want. You don't have to be like strapped into this wheel, like both of these guys. Mine's sitting over here, but that's what I'm hoping for is a good console game. Robert says trying to get NR 2003 for Linux port working. Yeah, good luck with that, man. Austin says they better wait until next year. It's going to be rushed, and I agree with that. I feel like if they're doing this whole new
wait till the new
model,
car comes out.
Yeah, that too. If they're doing this whole new physics model, they need to probably wait. But I don't know.
And everybody, we've been getting these terrible games for the last 10 years now. I don't think anybody in this community would mind waiting another 6 months for them to just polish on this thing, get the bugs out, get the glitches out, do what you got to do to get this thing nice. Like I know the community, like they just want a good playable game, and I think if they'll just take their time on it, release it like right 2 weeks before the 500 next year, they would hit a home run.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good.
You got anything
Well,
else,
those are
Morgan?
great questions, Morgan. Yeah, that was
Nope, that's
awesome stuff,
about
dude.
it.
Hey man,
It was
I
nice
appreciate
talking to
you stopping in, man, and subscribing to the channel and everything, and joining the Discord and being a part of the podcast, man. Really appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Yep.
We'll
All
talk
right,
to you
cool.
later, maybe next week, maybe some other day. I
Yeah,
don't
come
know.
back.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll see you,
Tell us
man.
what you think about. Come tell us what you think about Coda.
Yeah,
Okay.
later, man.
All right, man. We'll see you. And let's get Metal Imposter up in here. Let's try to let's wrap it up after that.
As soon as I figure
Hey,
out.
I'm gonna go back to my phone so you can take that picture now.
Okay,
All right. Remember, I think I might mute you.
here we
Trevor.
go. I think I'm good.
Yeah, he's good. He's got it now.
Hey y'all, can you hear me?
What's up, man?
Yes, sir. What's up?
The podcast's been doing really great so far.
Hey, man.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. It's our first try. You know, definitely no technical difficulties so far.
No king.
Y'all have been doing a great job. I hope y'all do it more often soon.
Yeah,
But I have a
we're
few
talking about
questions.
maybe weekly on this, so I don't know.
Weekly?
Maybe weekly.
What days?
I don't know yet. You know,
You don't know?
the guys on the NASCAR weekly podcast. I don't want to do it on the same day as them. I feel like that'd be kind of rude.
Yeah.
Also, right now, I think the iRacing Coca-Cola series is happening right now. So I also didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to turn it during that.
I didn't even know what was going on right now.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's because you're busy watching this.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right.
So we'll get a concrete date, every
Yeah.
week, or whatever we decide to do. But what's up, man? What's your name? Where are you from? How old are you?
You there, man?
Sorry, my
You're
mic
good.
was
Oh,
off.
you're good.
My name's John Hess, and I'm from Murphy, Texas. And I've just got back into NASCAR. I used to watch it a lot when I was younger, but basically this season is the first time I've gotten back into it. I played like a bunch of games while I was younger. I played the 2008 game, and that was about it. But
What console? PS2.
God, pretty much PS2, and I also got this Xbox game. I don't remember how old it was because it's been forever. But I did want to have a one on the Xbox 360. It was pretty bad.
I honestly put more hours into NASCAR 08 on PS2 than any NASCAR game ever. Honestly.
Yeah, I had it on 360. That was honestly a really good game.
They were such different games, like from PS2
Yeah.
to 360. It was weird.
Is it like one of those games that like they make it different for every console or what?
Yeah, it was back
think
then
it was,
when
yeah.
the PS2 and PS3, Xbox
there's
360
a
was happening. It was so different.
I gotcha. I do have a few questions for y'all though.
Yeah, for sure.
I only really have 3 because I'm on a time crunch right
Oh,
now. I
you're
gotta
good,
go to the gym.
Yeah.
But first of all, since I got back in NASCAR, I've gotten a few drivers that have caught my eye, and I want to ask y'all what y'all thought about Eric Jones this year.
Oh yeah, I did see you ask that. I don't think he got the proper chance at
Yeah.
Gibbs, but at the same time, when you have a lineup that consists of Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., and then you also have a talent like Christopher Bell coming up, I mean, you can't really afford to let Christopher Bell go. I mean, that guy, I think he's going to be maybe a champion at some point in the series. I mean, he's obviously going to be better than Eric Jones. I think Christopher Bell's ceiling's a lot higher than Eric Jones. But I do think Eric Jones does deserve maybe a top cup ride in the series. And I think in the future he will at some point, maybe with SHR or someone, whoever, maybe Penske if Brad leaves. So, I mean, I'd look for that to happen. I think this is kind of just like a 1 or 2 year deal for him at RPM, and we'll see how he does. I mean, I think he's doing a great job. I think he's outperformed Bubba Wallace. I mean,
I'd
when
agree with
Bubba
that,
Wallace
too.
was in the 43 car, too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think a lot of people forget how good Eric was in the trucks and in the Xfinity stuff. He was in the best equipment, but he was doing the same thing that Kyle was doing. He runs with Kyle every time that they went down there and ran trucks together. He was right there neck and neck with Kyle. I think, like what Jordan said, I don't think he really ever got a. Not that he wasn't in the. Of course, he was in the best equipment at Gibbs, but it's that kind of that effect that you get
Yeah,
with
like if
these.
you don't perform within the first year and a half, 2 years, you're gone basically.
Well,
Yeah.
the Joey Logano thing. I feel
Yeah.
like that it's going to be kind of the same situation if he ever finds himself in a top ride, you know, in the sport. He's probably going to be pretty good, and I think again he's going to overcompensate for the lack of performance at RPM. He'll probably run better than those cars should. And hopefully he does get a shot. And again, when these cars come next year, hopefully everything is going to kind of be a top to mid tier ride. There won't really be any bad rides, and all these guys will get a chance to showcase their talents and really see. But yeah, I think Eric Jones is I think he's underrated. I know a lot of people will say he's
Yeah.
overrated. I think he's underrated.
Yeah, me too.
I kinda-
Oh, continue. My bad.
I guess I could ask just a quick question. Would you rather have Eric Jones as your driver right now or Ryan Blaney? I think they're kind of in the similar areas. I think Eric Jones is probably better than Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
my
that's-
opinion
that's-
too.
That's
What?
maybe crazy to say, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
What
I think
are
he's
you
pretty good,
thinking, Cody? About
I
Eric
think
Jones?
Eric Jones and Ryan Blaney are on the same level, like you said. I don't know if one's better than the other. They're about the same thing. I mean, I know that's not really explaining much, but I know y'all said y'all compared Matt DiBenedetto to Jamie McMurray or whoever we did a while ago. This is about the same thing, like comparing him to Blaney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You guys pretty much covered it for me on Eric Jones, honestly. I mean, I just need to see more, honestly. Wait and see.
Yeah, I hope we see a lot more out of him
Yeah.
this season because he's been one of my favorites so far,
Yeah.
and I hope he gets really far in the sport.
I think he
And
will.
yeah, I personally think he will too, and I'm going to stick with him and see how it goes. But my second question is, what do y'all think about the new cars? Like, personally, I think the the Ford looks amazing.
Yeah. Well, we all watched the
unveiling.
the unveiling together, just like this, and I think I personally like the Mustang the most visually. I really don't have allegiance to Ford or Chevy. I grew up a Jeff Gordon fan, and I love Chevy, and now I'm a Joey Logano fan, so I'm like on the Ford camp. But I've owned Dodges I've owned Dodges all my life. I've only owned Dodge vehicles in real life, so.
Yeah, I hope they bring back Dodge. I've
Yeah.
always liked the Dodge cars in NASCAR.
Somebody did make a mock-up of the I guess it was a Charger. I don't think it was a Challenger, but
Dude, a Challenger looks so sick. I wish they would bring
I
that back.
think Brad said something when we were watching. He's like, "What if they just dropped the curtain and the Challenger drove out behind him?" That would have been the biggest.
Yeah, that would have
We
been.
got your moment of the year.
But
that would
I
have
think
been
we-
amazing.
I agree.
I think the Chevy looks really good. I think the Chevy.
I think the
looks
Mustang looked good, and then I thought the Chevy. I immediately didn't really like it a lot, but then as soon as I kind of looked at the Chevy more, I kind of grew on me a little bit. But the Toyota kind of seemed like a boring to me. I was kind of disappointed by that. I always thought the Camrys looked pretty slick the last few years, and I guess they didn't look too good on the unveiling.
Also, a little insider information here. Not going to give out any sources' names or anything like that, but I have a source that may or may not be a track worker, and he says the cars are deafening loud. So they are very, very loud compared to the cars that we currently have. So
great.
I like the way they sound. I think they sound nasty. I'm concerned about being at the track, being in the stands.
Don't forget your earplugs.
Yeah, I'm worried about that. Because it's kind of tough sometimes at the track as it is. If you're not at a Daytona, Talladega, these tracks where they get kind of spread out, and it gets hard to talk to the person sitting next to you in the stands. So I'm worried about that being even worse, especially at places like Bristol, Richmond. But I'm excited about the cars. I think I think they all look good. To be honest with you,
The Toyota,
it's hard
I
for me
feel
to
like
pick one.
It looks pretty similar.
It probably
Yeah,
changed
they
the
look-
least, but it was probably also the closest
Yeah, the
already
most, yeah.
to what it was. Yeah.
It was ahead already. There's so much
Right.
going on the front of the car that it's kind of hard to really see the body lines and everything going on there. But I'm excited for the new car. I was really skeptical about the wheel situation.
Yeah,
And the one lug and the rims. Like
I
I was very
feel like
skeptical.
I probably.
but I really like it.
I'll probably speak for most of us here when I say that we're all kind of traditionalists in a way,
Yeah.
and that we probably aren't the first ones that are real big on change, especially from what I mean. We just grew up. What we grew up on is mid 2000s NASCAR. I mean, we just grew up in the absolute heyday of the sport, and now we're just kind of we all feel obligated to find out how to get it back to that point. And I think they're going in a step in the right direction with what they're doing now. You know, I was a big I was against the new point system. I was against the new car, all that stuff when they were bringing all that out, and now I've kind of learned to accept it, and I understand they're trying to make things better. So I think it's the right direction. I'm gonna wait and see the cars race together on the track before I start saying that I don't like them or I do like them. Hopefully they listen to the drivers from what they've done in testing, and they do take away. From what I hear, they're taking away a lot of side force.
Yeah.
So hopefully they do make the cars harder to drive than they are now, and they put it back in the driver's hands just a little bit. But overall, I'm excited about the direction of the sport. I'm excited that it's advancing.
Dude, listen, I keep forgetting everybody. Your name's, did you say John?
Yes, sir.
John. Cool. You tell me and then I forget. Somebody has to tell me their name twice before I remember. John.
John. Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
It's Johnny.
Johnny.
I think one thing we'll probably do just to help us out with that just a little bit, when we from now on out, we'll get people when they come into the Discord, and if you go into the podcast waiting room, just change your nickname. You don't have to change your Discord. Yeah, just change your nickname for like your maybe just like your first name and where you're from, like initials of your state or something.
Yeah, that'll
probably help us out a
that'll
little
only
bit.
change your nickname in this Discord.
And just
so,
in this Discord, yeah, it won't change your name overall, just the nickname.
um,
That'll probably help us out a little bit.
But it's whatever. But
Yeah. We'll work
Oh,
on
there
that.
you
Like I
go.
said, that's all.
Yeah, there we go.
See, John's already got it down, man.
John's got it.
John,
John's
I
got
saw
it.
you do it. What did I see? You said you were playing Halo a while ago or something. Was that you?
Oh yeah.
Halo 5?
Yeah, I play Halo. I played Halo ever since I was a kid. I played that, NASCAR. I don't really remember the game that was on the Xbox 360. And that was pretty much the games I've always played since I was a kid. And basically, when I saw the new season come out of NASCAR, I was like pretty excited because I was like, man, I've not heard about NASCAR in a long while. Because I used to watch it like mid 2000s when I was a little bit younger. And then I saw Jeff Gordon. I was like, man, that guy's pretty freaking sick. And I watched it all the time when I was really young. And now I've gone back into it. It's pretty exciting, and I'm glad to be back into the sport. And I hope I stay as a long fan for a long time. And I hope to God the Marines has a good TV service, because I really want to watch those races.
So that's where you're heading?
Yep, I'm signing up in 2 weeks.
Oh
Man.
wow!
Yeah,
Congratulations.
congrats.
And
Good
thank you.
luck. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not going yet. I'm doing this like delayed entry program. Basically, you sign up like a year before, and then you go to boot camp, because I got to finish my last year of high school, because I'm 17 at the moment.
Nice.
Nice, yeah.
Man, you sound older than
Right.
that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You'd think I even got gray hairs and everything. I sound really old. I look really old. And I remember they would say, "Man, you do not look 17 at all." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." I got stopped by the school police officer one day. He was like, "Hey, do you go here?" I'm like,
You trespassing?
"Yeah."
You trespassing, dude?
What'd you say? I couldn't hear you.
You trespassing?
No, bro. I go to that. Bro. I looked at him like, "No, officer. I go here." It's like, "Oh yeah, prove it." And then I pointed out the pants. You got like Plain East football on there, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm on the football team." He's like, "Oh dang, you're a Hess, right? What the heck happened to you?" I'm like, "Man, I don't know. I look like an old man, huh?"
I don't have that problem. I
You
still
fell
go back
into
to my,
the
I still
Yeah,
go
I
back to
don't
my
have
high
the
school every
fountain of
once in a
old.
while and go sit down in the classroom. I go sit down every once in a while and just blend in.
Dude, you're so freaking lucky. I bet you're gonna look 50 by the time I'm 25. I guarantee you.
you get the senior discount.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I got another question for y'all. What do y'all think about? Because when I came back, I found out they had iRacing for NASCAR. What y'all thought about that?
We love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
I
it.
think we all do it.
It's awesome. It's an awesome tool for drivers. It's cool for for fans to get to. It's probably the closest that you'll ever get to being in a car without actually being in the car, unless some groundbreaking technology comes out in the next couple years. But it's also incredible. It's an incredible platform for fans. It's an incredible platform for drivers that may not have the money in real life to go out and spend the money to get in a real race car. A good way to showcase their talents, and that I'm sure that's probably something that'll advance in the next couple of years. And it's awesome for fans that you can get on iRacing on just about any given night. Besides maybe a race weekend when the drivers aren't at home, but you can pretty much get on there any given night, and the odds of you getting into a room with a driver are pretty high.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
There's someone affiliated with NASCAR at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spotters, drivers, crew members. They're just everywhere.
I think we've all raced against someone who's.
Yeah,
I can't even count.
There's a country singer, Tim Duggar. He plays often. Like Jordan raced with him last night.
I raced Josh Williams the other week.
What about
I really want to get
Ryan
into
Blaney?
it, though, but like I don't have it. I'm trying to save up for a racing wheel because I don't want to play on a controller because I hear that's god awful on iRacing.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'd be doing that.
Heck no. I was like, God, they're like $300 or like $1,000. Like, good.
What kind of wheel are
Lord.
you trying to get?
G920 or something like that, like a beginning one.
That's what Brad has. You have the G920, right?
Yeah.
I think I have that one too. I got that one for like $180.
I have
180? Where'd you get that?
Brand new. If you look on Amazon every once in a while, they'll have a good deal on it. I got it brand new on Amazon for like 180.
Jordan and me all have the G920. Cody has the G27. It's the same thing. It's just the model before. But right around that 180 to 250 range is what you're looking at on those wheels. But honestly, the wheel wasn't as intimidating as the membership and buying tracks and cars.
The buying tracks.
Yeah.
Isn't it like $100 like in total for all the DLC? Isn't it like really nuts?
I think it might be.
It depends on what you're gonna get and what you want.
It's you. So what you would want to do, what I would recommend doing, and this is kind of how I started. So what iRacing does is they have what's called official series races, and that's the races that iRacing puts out themselves, all day, every day, every week for forever. And those tracks that those races are at normally change on a week by week basis depending on where the real life series is at. So if NASCAR is going to COTA this week, all of the series that are going to COTA in the real world will be at COTA on iRacing. So what you would do if you got on iRacing right now today and you were going to just run official series races, you would get they actually have a deal going on right now with the next gen car. You can get an entire year for $20. That's an entire year. It's normally $13 a month per month. So you can get an entire year for $20, and it comes with a ton of free content. Daytona is included, Charlotte is included. There's lots of cars, rallycross cars, all kind of stuff that is included with iRacing. With just that deal alone. So $20 is going to get you on the racetrack and in the sim. You'll still need your wheel and pedals, like they were just talking about. You can go out and get a wheel and pedals for under $300 easy. And that's really it. So as far as the tracks, you would go and buy the track and cars. You buy them on a one-time basis. So you would pay $11 to $13, I would believe, for a car. And once you buy that car, like if you buy the Xfinity Series Supra, you have that car for the rest of the time that you're on iRacing. For the rest of your membership career, for the rest of your however many years you're on iRacing, you have that car forever. It's a one-time purchase of that particular car and that particular track, and you're set for life on that. And most of the time, if they do any updates or tweaks to the track or to the car, it is 100% free, and it's just an update.
And if you're smart like me or dumb like me, and you buy a bunch of random cars that you never race, you get a discount for owning enough other things. So you get like a 40% discount if you own like a certain amount of cars and tracks or whatever.
Right, and there's also discounts for buying more than one piece of content at a time. So you buy like three to five. You buy, 3 cars and 2 tracks at one time. You'll get a little bit of a discount there as well.
And then also, if you do like enough official races, like if you do like 8 official races or something like that in a season, which like there's 4 seasons in a year, they give you iRacing credits to spend on their site too. So you can effectively get like all the content for free if you race enough.
Yep, and it essentially would. If you did enough, you don't even have to win. You don't have to. There's no
just gotta sign
requirement.
up.
You just have to sign up for the races. You sign up for 8 races a week, I believe, or no? Is it just
8
one?
races in a season.
8 races in a season. It's one. Yeah, you have to sign up for and in one series. And the iRacing credits that they give you pretty much pay for the tracks and for the cars and everything like that on the back end. So that's also nice.
That's good to know. I was really wanting to get into it because when I started looking back in NASCAR, I saw iRacing was a thing, especially like official like NASCAR racing. I was like, dang, that's really cool. And I heard all about it, and I heard the thing that did turn me off though, like y'all said, was the subscription plan. But I heard that's what they like look over replays and stuff to keep cheaters and all that stuff, and people that don't race well off.
Yeah, they have a.
It's not like going on Xbox. You ain't gonna have people going backwards like that.
It's not
anything like that.
It's got they have a really good rating and license system that separates the good from the bad. They have a really good system figured out that works well. They do, and you can report people. They have a great anti-cheat software that kind of keeps all the cheaters and stuff out. So yeah, I mean, it's really fun. The one thing I would say when you start, don't get discouraged if you struggle to start out. Every single one of us got on there and got up and walked away the first time we did it, because it's not picking up the Xbox controller and getting on there and running laps. It is a simulator. It is a simulator in every sense of the word.
Well, unless you're a natural like me.
Unless you're just an absolute natural like Jordan. It's tough, and it'll push you to sit there and run laps and get more competitive. You'll struggle when you start out just to run laps by yourself, and then you'll never understand. You're like, I have to go do this with 40 other people. And you'll get there, man. It's so much fun. It's an awesome service.
I love a learning experience. I like a challenge, so that sounds like a good thing I'll do. I might as well do that during this summer and try getting into it. Y'all do does 5 Wide do like racing events here, or
we haven't gotten into anything yet. There is another league called the 5 Wide Racing League that's gets confused with us. Sometimes they've been around longer than us, but we definitely have been in talks for a 5 Wide Sports iRacing League. I think it'd be pretty cool to stream it on YouTube. Get a whole bunch of viewers involved in signups and teams, and I think it'd be a pretty cool thing if it was done right. But definitely no rush into that. Yeah,
and we've got ideas too as far as streaming and stuff. Like I think eventually we'd like to do some streaming of our own, like stream our own races that we do, whether that's league races or just for fun stuff, just to get some more content out there. So we'll probably put some of that stuff out. Maybe not too much longer from now. We'll try to get you some racing content, some iRacing stuff, and that way you can kind of see how it is.
I'll definitely be up for that. I have one more question though before I go. Are y'all gonna put this on Spotify, like y'all's podcast at all?
I've researched a few podcast places, to place it after. I'm definitely open to it. I have not researched how to put a podcast on Spotify. I'm sure it's probably pretty easy, but probably.
Like we said, this is kind of like just a kind of a test run right now. It's the first one, right?
Yeah. Next week's gonna be a lot.
It'll be more
gonna be a lot
prepared.
cooler, a lot more prepared. I won't be muted every time we change.
You won't be muted.
I mean, y'all have been doing real great. I've never seen a podcast for the first time in my life like be this good. Like even when you get to 30 podcasts, they still don't have their shit together as much as y'all do.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of I don't know what the word
Like
is.
knowledgeable people.
No.
Knowledgeable people, or
Well, we just know each
Experienced?
other so well. Like, you know, like we said, we with the
We've known each other forever.
last person we talked to. I mean, if this wasn't live, we'd be talking just like this.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say this is it. We would be doing this right now without this podcast recording. We just decided that we might as well start recording it eventually and just putting it out and
that's
and
pretty dang cool.
Yeah,
I congratulate y'all.
Thanks,
That's
man.
putting
Yeah,
yourself out there. Y'all been doing real great. I gotta go, but do y'all know how long until y'all will be done with the podcast so I can listen in while I'm at the gym?
Sure,
Yeah,
we're gonna wrap this up not too much longer.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, a couple other
uh,
people were asking that too.
yeah.
So
I'm thinking about trying to wrap this up maybe in the next 6 or 7 minutes. Honestly.
Yeah.
6 or
I like
7?
that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry for taking up so much time.
No, you're
y'all.
good.
No, don't
No,
worry
you didn't
about
take
it.
up time.
and yeah, good question.
Chemistry. Robert says the word is
absolutely.
chemistry. I knew it was a C word. That's
Yeah,
what I
There
was
you
looking
go.
for. Thanks, Robert.
That's right.
All
Well,
right,
hey,
John.
definitely check back in with us next week and jump back in here and let us know what you think about Coda.
Will do. Y'all have a good one.
Yep, you
All right,
too, man.
man.
Thank
Thank you.
No problem. See you.
See you, man.
Oh, we're back to the broken screen. We got Jeff Wilson.
Where?
Jeff Wilson. Let's end the show with Jeff Wilson. Let's bring him in. Let's talk to him. Let's
Jeff?
do it live.
Jeff?
Jeff? What's your question? Huh?
Jeff?
Jeff?
Hey, Jeff, nice to meet you.
Jeff?
Can you
Jeff?
guys hear me?
Oh,
Oh, we
Yeah,
got
we
it.
got
you.
We have Jeff. Jeff, how's it going, Jeff?
All right, long time listener, first time caller.
Thank you.
How I know my question was when do you think Larson's gonna stop choking away races?
Oh, man. How long's Larson going to be driving?
Right?
Don't hold your breath.
I think as long as there's other people on the track, Larson should still be choking. So
Yeah.
probably. His
I
whole
mean,
career.
I'm gonna give him. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt this past weekend.
Yeah,
I think whoever came off pit road first this past weekend was gonna win that race. That's just whatever Hendrick car came off first was gonna. Oh, we lost Cody. Okay, he's back. All right. Whatever Hendrick car came off pit road first was gonna win that race, and I mean, Bowman's pit crew literally put down the fastest pit stop of any pit crew all year and got him out first and got him clean air. So
yeah,
I'm not gonna rag on Larson this week, but I do know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean I've heard people saying that. Yeah, Larson's pit crew let him down, which I mean they did have the slowest stop of the Hendrick guys that last pit stop, but still you can't beat a 11.8 or whatever they put.
Yeah, it was crazy. And we also, I guess we forgot to ask. So we know your name is Jeff. How old are you and where are you from?
24. I'm from in Daytona Beach.
In Daytona Beach.
You're inside the beach? Did
You're
someone bury
in-
you?
You're in the beach.
Did someone
In
bury you?
Daytona
Do we
Beach.
need to call
Well, I'm
the
from
National
Indiana.
Guard?
I don't like saying I'm from Florida because I don't like living.
What's wrong with
So-
Indiana?
so-
No, I love Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Florida.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So you're telling us you go
Anyways.
to the Daytona 500 every year? Is what you're telling us?
I try to go every year. I was at the One Word Junior one. And
That's a good one to be at.
And the last one that Jeff was in.
Were you the one that put that piece of tape out there? That was you that threw that out there?
Yeah, man, I knew that you liked him, so I was really trying to get him one for you.
Yeah. Good deal. I like that. What well, who's your favorite driver?
Kyle Larson.
So why are you in here trash talking your driver?
Because I'm tired of being disappointed on Sundays.
Then you should maybe you should pick up Kyle Busch. He
But look,
wouldn't be
to
so
be fair,
disappointed.
I was a Jeff Burton fan before Larson, so I'm
What?
used to being disappointed.
Well, then you didn't even know what disappointment was, then, right? You just only knew 20th
Yeah.
place.
I don't know if I mean I like Jeff Burton, but I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say I'm a Jeff Burton fan.
I've heard one
I
other person
didn't
say
even
they're
know
a
that
Jeff Burton fan.
existed. Those were real.
We were out there. We were out there. Few and far between, but we were out
I feel like the only Jeff Burton fans worked at Singular Wireless.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, our friend Erickson was a Jeff Burton fan, but he's like a lot of different people.
Yeah.
there. Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
Jordan before Jordan.
What are you looking forward to at Coda this weekend, Jeff?
I am looking forward to everybody going off on turn one on the first lap.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw.
Joey's
know they've got
gonna
practice.
Joey's gonna send him.
We got
Like,
I know they've got
gonna be
Heartburn
practicing, but I
Turb
saw
2.0.
Yeah.
how many Cup drivers are doing the Xfinity race. I know Harvick,
Harvick
Kyle-
was
Kyle
I
Busch.
think Allmendinger earlier on Sirius XM, I think he said like 8 people are doing double duty between Cup and Xfinity.
I'm sure as
Yeah,
many
should
of
we,
them get in there. I know Reddick is going to be in the Xfinity race in Jordan Anderson's car,
Oh really?
Okay.
the 31 car. Yep.
Should we pick winners for this weekend? Should we have some
Yes.
picks?
We
I
should.
feel like we should wrap the show up
We
with
should.
picking winners.
We can get Jeff. We can get Jeff to pick a winner while Jeff's here. Jeff,
There we go.
who's winning Coda this weekend? Tell us right now. I'm putting all of my life savings and my 401k on it. So I need you to tell me
Alright.
right now who's going to win Coda.
Right now, I would say Chase Elliott. He dominated Daytona. There's no reason to think that he won't still be good at a road course. And then Xfinity, I would say Cindric. I mean, I know Allmendinger's got tons of experience, but Cindric just those cars. Heard Chris Rice on another podcast say that the Penske cars just have an advantage with their brakes. So I would go Cindric on.
Yeah, I just want you to know that you're super safe on that limb you're on. You're real safe.
Yeah.
It's not breaking. That thing's thick.
I think
Jordan.
I think those are good.
Jordan, who do you think's gonna win this weekend?
I'm just gonna do a hot take here. I'm gonna say Calling Racing's gonna get their first Cup win this weekend with Allmendinger.
Oh man.
I believe.
Hey, I don't go against it. I mean, nobody's been there before.
I don't hate that. No, I don't.
He's
I
done
think
it
that
before.
might be as long as he doesn't get wrecked.
He
I
beat.
think it's
He
a
beat.
pretty. I mean,
one of
their
the
cars
best-
have been fast.
He beat one of the best road course racers in the world at that time, Marcus Ambrose, at Watkins Glen, straight up. Was it Watkins Glen or was it Snow? It was Watkins
Yeah.
Glen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was Watkins Glen.
And
And do I have to pick an Xfinity winner?
you don't have
Is
to,
Ty
but-
Gibbs racing this weekend?
I want an Xfinity and I want a truck winner.
Oh man.
Oh, you want a truck winner? I'm gonna say
There's only
Sheldon
one answer.
Creed.
Nope, wrong.
Sheldon Ben Rhodes.
Wrong.
Norm Benning.
Wrong.
Norm Bennett.
Norm Ben.
Wrong. All of you
Brett
are wrong.
Moffitt. Noah Grayson.
Paul Menard.
Paul Menard.
Paul
Paul
Menard's gonna win.
Menard.
Is anyone else hard for Menard, or is
I
that
am
just me,
always
or-
hard for Menard.
All right? I'm getting word that Ty Gibbs is racing this weekend in Coda, so I'm taking him.
It's
Back
probably
to
not a
back.
bad pick. It's probably not a bad pick. I'm excited to see who makes it to turn 2. I think if you make it to turn 2, you probably got a good chance of winning.
I'm so glad Jeff's not racing. My God, I'd be so disappointed because I know he'd have a chance to win. He'd go in there and get red.
Cody, who do you think's gonna
I'm
win?
not worried about turn 1. I'm worried about at the end of the long straight,
I'm gonna go with.
like 2.5
I know
mile
we
long
talked
straight.
about him earlier. I'm not gonna pick the obvious, even though he's a good road course racer. I'm gonna go with Ryan Blaney for the Cup race.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with AJ for the Xfinity race. The truck race, I don't know who all's in it. Like if there's any ringers in it.
You said
Paul Menard.
Did you say Reddick?
Oh, but
Or is he in? Where's Reddick at?
I don't know.
Xfinity in the
Oh,
31 car.
Xfinity.
I really couldn't tell you for the trucks. I'll go with. Shit, I don't know. I was gonna say Boris said, but I think he's doing Xfinity.
I mean, Reddick really might be a Cup sleeper if he's
I-
running the Xfinity race.
I don't know about the equipment he's in. I don't know if the
I mean,
Anderson's
just
cars are
getting
good.
the laps though.
Oh, you talking about for the Cup race?
Yeah,
You
I'm-
talking about,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
being
yeah,
a
yeah,
sleeper
yeah,
for the
yeah,
Cup
yeah,
race.
absolutely. Yeah, I think that was a good call. I actually had a conversation with someone on Twitter this week about Reddick getting in that car, and they were wondering why Anderson would give up, the opportunity to get that experience at Coda, and I think honestly, I can only imagine Reddick came with a lot of money to wanting to get in that ride, to get that track time, to get that ride. So I can only imagine that deal worked out for Anderson, for his team financially, and worked out for Reddick. I imagine that just made sense. So yeah, that answers that hopefully.
Who you thinking, Brad?
Obviously like Chase, but I'm not gonna lie. I actually think Joey's probably got a pretty good shot. I feel like Joey,
I didn't even think about Joey.
just for going to a track that nobody's got a whole lot of experience at, I feel like Joey will probably pick it up be one of those guys that will find out how to be faster in places that other guys can't. I feel like Joey's probably got a pretty good shot. Brad might be sneaky. And I was also trying to think about the guys that have tested there. I know Kurt has tested there. He really liked it.
Kozlowski was there today.
Keselowski was there. Yeah. So I try to think about those guys too. I know I don't think they were allowed to get data, but just again, like you were talking about, the track time is so important. I think that'll be pretty big. But they're going to get practice too. So we'll see. I'm excited to watch practice for the first time in a long time.
I don't have any solid picks. I think Chase is the easy one. No matter what road course you go to, he finds his way to the lead. Truex is very good. I feel like Blaney, I don't know. I feel like he's up there, but I don't think he's better than Chase at the road course. Joey, I feel like he's going to be one of the best, but I don't feel like he's going to have the car. Kind of similar to the end of the Daytona road course where, he got up there and he just didn't have the car. I'm probably going to pick Chase Elliott to win. And on the Xfinity side, Austin Cindric.
Yeah, I should have said that too. I got, well, no, I'll take Allmendinger on the Xfinity side.
Okay. My truck pick, it's going to have to be Matt Crafton.
That's right.
Matty C, my boy.
I'm going Menard. Obviously going Paul Menard.
Yeah,
for
you're
truck.
going the guy sponsored by Menards, Matt Crafton.
No, I'm going the guy that owns his truck, Paul Menard.
No.
What else we got, boys? We got anything else?
I'm surprised that nobody said Hamlin.
Who?
Hamlin?
Denny Hamlin? He's a
Never
pretty
heard of him.
racer.
Is he in the Cup Series?
We were talking about who was going to win.
He's ARCA?
Sorry, not finished second.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, Larson finished second.
Him and Kyle Larson battle to the line for second place? What? Let's see. I don't think I had anything else. I had a little something on Bubba and Denny. Bubba blocked Denny pretty hard at Dover this past weekend. Denny was pretty upset on the radio, yelling at his competition director. I don't know how many other cars he gets behind and gets on the radio and starts screaming at the competition director, but
he yelled at him last week too.
Yeah, it just makes me. I honestly had not thought about this, so let me not take credit for this idea. Chris Rice was actually the one that said this on Door Bumper Clear. Also, just mentioned that. How does that make? How do you think Gibbs feels about that? That when Denny gets behind Bubba, it's not like Denny getting behind Chase Elliott. And then he's just like, I got to figure out what I got to do to pass him. He gets behind Bubba, and he's literally sitting there worrying himself about, is he going to get out of my way? and he's getting worked up about that. That's what he's thinking about in that moment. You got to wonder if that's got to bother Gibbs to an extent that where's his head at?
Yeah.
I don't see how it's a problem unless it ends up affecting like his finishes and stuff like that. But I mean, middle of the race, something that lasts a couple of laps, I don't think it's going to be an issue. But I mean, getting to the end of a race like a Daytona or a Talladega or something, when that could like definitely change how Hamlin's going to race. Otherwise, I don't see how Gibbs is even worried about that.
Yeah, I mean, just one thing is like, just get over it. You're racing. It's the end of the race, or coming down to the end of the race. Just race.
Yeah, no, I don't think Bubba did anything wrong either. I think I think it actually ended up working out for Bubba. He just had to hold Hamlin off there for a couple laps and let the lap times equal out, and I think that allowed him to stay kind of in that top 10, right there on the outside of the top 10 area. I think if he lets Hamlin down low and gets him shuffled out of the groove, there's no telling how many spots he loses right there
he would have lost a bunch.
Yeah. So I think you got to race hard. You got to race for the air. You gotta race hard in those situations.
And Denny should want him to race anyway, hard for his sponsors. I mean,
yeah, that was another thing. That was one thing that Freddie said on the podcast today too. Was he said that Denny kind of created this monster because that's what he was talking about. You know, was racing hard for every spot last week in their competition meeting, and that's what you've got to do. You know, every point's going to matter. So they've come to this week, and the monster he created is now racing him hard for every position because he knows every point matters. So
Yeah.
I just think it's funny that Denny's head goes to a different place when he's behind his car than it does if he's behind somebody else. He's not worried about trying to figure out how to pass, and the first place his head goes to is, why is my car not rolling over for me?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's healthy at all. But
It's not.
well,
Austin says we all look like drivers. So.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Somebody said that I look like Matt Crafton. Austin, dude.
The beard.
I
don't look like a driver. I look like a winner. You hear me?
I look like Norm Benning.
Before we get out of here, I do want to just give a few little shout outs to everybody that came into the podcast tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining the Discord and getting in here. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. We still got 12 people watching. We were sitting here talking pre-podcast that we were worried we might be doing this to an audience of 0. So thank you to everybody that has tuned in and watched this. Thank you to Austin, Morgan, everybody in chat, Robert, yeah, everybody that came in. Thank you guys so much, and hopefully,
don't forget about John.
John from Texas.
Austin.
Yeah, this was
been
cool.
Blowing up the chat.
Yeah, this has been great. I'm honestly, I'm also, I might be speaking for everybody here again, but I'm pretty sure we didn't plan on doing this for 2 hours.
No,
And,
I was thinking about 45 minutes. Or something.
I was thinking
I was
45
thinking
minutes.
like 20.
Yeah.
2 hours.
So, and this honestly, it's been fun, and like we've had plenty of stuff to talk about. We haven't really ran out of topics up until this point, and we've got to talk to everybody, and everybody's had good questions and stuff like that too. Everybody's been new fans outside of maybe Jeff.
I know. I noticed. I was gonna say that was kind of bringing something to
Yeah.
my eyes that like everybody was joining was like, I'm a new fan, or I just started watching for the first time in like years and years, like, which is kind of a positive thing to hear.
Yeah, I like that, and especially that those are the people that are watching the videos that are going out. Yeah, and they're people that are probably that maybe don't know as much about those guys and want to get educated. And I think that's awesome. I think that's really cool.
Just a couple notes that I want to hit here. We might be broadcasting the cup races live in this chat. So on Sundays when the cup race happens. I don't know if you guys see it. Well, you're gonna have to join the Discord, but we have a live race chat that you might be able to go into and click and watch the race live with everybody and chat about it live. I don't know if that's allowed, but we're gonna do it until somebody tells us to stop.
Yeah, that's absolute.
Anyway, there's going to be more videos on the way. They're going to be posted more frequently. John says, y'all's YouTube videos are amazing, so underrated. I appreciate that. A lot of work.
Yeah, I put a lot of work into those.
Trevor's YouTube videos, not ours.
I'm the famous voice of the videos. But hopefully we get some.
That's Arnhart right there.
That's Arnhart. Dale Arnhart.
Yeah.
There's gonna be more videos. Definitely love seeing video suggestions. If you guys want to make a suggestion for a video, post it in the Discord, man. Get into the Discord. I can't express this enough.
That is the most important thing. Get into the Discord.
If you don't
become
know,
a part of the
community. If you don't know what Discord is, it's literally just what we're using right now. It's free. It's completely free. It's a chat service. Like, there's a text chat where like a chat room and a live voice chat where you can just jump in whenever you're bored and talk to some other race fans. We're
gonna have some other channels coming up too. I'm gonna sit down and try to work on that too, just to just some niche channels, just so people maybe we'll have a share your sim rig channel. Talk just some different channels for individuals and try to that way you can come in here and kind of find your own space within the community. And hopefully that's the main purpose of the Discord, is to mainly just build the community, get people in here, get everybody talking, get everybody hanging out. Like I said, if you want to get in here this weekend, we'll probably be in here watching the race. together, and you come in here, chat about it, ask us questions about it if you want to, and then we'll answer them to the best of our ability.
Well, I don't know if you guys have anything else to say, but I think we're ready to wrap this thing up.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Again, shout out to everybody that came in, everybody that's in chat.
Yeah, for real, thank y'all.
We love y'all.
And,
we appreciate it a
yeah,
lot.
Next week we're gonna have names over the pictures. Just to confirm, I'm Trevor.
I'm Cody.
That's Cody, and over that side in the Dale Jr. stuff is Brad. And you
Hello.
got Jordan down there.
In the purple.
Jeff is still here.
Hey, Jeff, I
There's
forgot you
Jeff.
were there.
What's up, Jeff? Jeff down.
Hey,
Jeff from below.
I-
Jeff from Florida. That's Jeff from
Jeff
Florida.
from Florida.
hopefully I can get on first shift.
Live
and be able
from
to
live
be on
from
the
in the
podcast
beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. We appreciate you being here too, Jeff.
We have
absolutely.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. We have no cool
Subscribe.
outro. Yeah. Subscribe.
No, we don't. We have some oversight on the outro.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we didn't think that far. We barely had an intro. Barely had an intro.
We'll have an outro.
Thanks, Saints NASCAR fan in the chat. Thanks to Matthew in the chat.
Cody, you look like Chase Elliott.
You do?
I thought I looked like Norm Bennett. I thought I looked like Norm Bennett.
You just gotta make your voice sound like this, and you'll be Chase Elliott.
And you just gotta hate it for your guys.
Yeah.
Austin says I look like an older Gregson.
I apparently look like Matt Crafton. Matt Crafton is actually one of my best friends. No joke.
Jeff Gordon's one of my best friends.
Matt Crafton has came to my house, technically, multiple
He's not
times.
joking, y'all. He's
I'm
serious.
gonna elaborate more on that next week. I tried to find the picture of me and Matt Crafton. I have dozens. Okay.
I have one on my phone that I
Dozens.
saw earlier.
But
There are millions and millions.
yeah, we'll elaborate more on that next week. But all right, I guess we're done here. Thanks everybody for viewing.
Yeah, for real, thank you all.
Yes.
Bye.
Shout out to everybody.